Yo, are we live? Are we live? Let me know in chat. We're live. What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up, guys? Your Riddles, your boy Kagi, back at it again. We're finally back, ladies and gentlemen. Back on stream. Back on the grind. What is up? What is happening? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen. What is up, Cocker? What is up, Eric? What is up, Cockringer? What is up, Fabio? What is up, Apex? Holy shit. Holy shit. What is up, MX? What is up, Standard Protocol? What is up, Dragon Bask? What's up, bro? How are you doing? How you doing? Mugs, Ilias. We got Alvix Scammer. We got Good Goods. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I missed a lot of the AMAs. I missed a lot of the leaks that happened because obviously I was in vacation. So we're going to go over the leaks. We're going to check out the... I kind of want to check out the AMAs and kind of put it in like double speed or something. Where should I start? Because there was an AMA, let me see, yesterday. I think there was an AMA yesterday, right? So let's see. 22 hours ago. And there's also an AMA here. Did we get leaks in both AMAs? Can anybody let me know? Can anybody waiting to hear if Kai has info? We did not already hear an AMA. I don't. So both have leaks. Okay. All right. Let's get right into it. I'm sorry if you watched this already, but I am going to get into it so I can make a video, a well-informed video for people that, you know, didn't catch up to the AMA. So I kind of want to make a video on this and kind of pile everything together. So let's see. Can you guys hear this? Let me see. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So as we listen to the AMA, we're going to also play, obviously, Pixels. Today, we're only going to focus on Pixels because I've been, like, out of Pixels. That way, you guys can also help me. You guys can also help me with... all right, let's see. When was this? 7 days ago. So, yeah, I was in vacations for this one. Let me pull it up right here. Okay, if you guys are watching this after the stream is over, by the way, if you're a viewer watching after the stream is over, I will be making a recap of the whole AMA in a video, dedicated video. But for now, we're just gonna watch here. If you guys want to stick around and watch this reaction kind of live to the AMAs, then you guys are welcome. We're also going to go do some of the quests that I have no idea what to do. I'm kind of lost right now. I'm kind of lost in Pixels. I've been playing, but I haven't been paying attention. So I've been like, you know, doing my task. I've been earning some pixel. In the last 2 days, I made like over 30 pixels actually. Not bad. Not bad. Over 30 pixels in like 2 or 3 days. I think they ramped it up. But yeah. Let me know what I gotta do. Let's see. We have spec leaks in previous week. LAN NFT leaks in yesterday. Okay, let's go play it. We're gonna play it in double speed. Let's get that double speed going. What part of the AMA has it? Let's see. Let's see.
Chapter 2. Now, if you're a landowner, don't worry. We're also going to dive into what that experience looks like as well for you guys. We'll probably go more in depth on that next week as well. So, yeah, overall, where Pixels is at right now, I'm pretty happy with it. There's been some things internally that we're kind of getting up to speed on, and there's some really cool initiatives that we're putting the work into now as well when it comes to setting up the next year for Pixels as well. So we talked a lot about kind of the goals for Pixels. Essentially, in the next
do the power pixel task unnecessary, only good to teleport. No, I'll do it. I just want to do the task. I just want to complete it. I don't really care. Like, obviously I can buy my way in the future for anything. Like, I don't, you know, you guys know me. If I have to buy my way in to doing something in the game, like, I'll do it. That's why I have 31 million coins. You guys think I was in vacation and I wasn't playing. Look at this. Hello? It's not popping up. Where's my coins? Hello? I can't. For some reason, my coins are not. When I click on it, it's not working. Let's see.
Month, there's one singular goal. Get chapter 2 out. Get it to you guys because we think it adds a ton of improvements into your normal experience.
I have 31 million coins. So I'm stacking. And the reason I'm stacking is because I know when chapter 2 comes out and new gameplay comes out, like a lot of things you're not gonna be able to do them right away, right? Like you're not gonna be able to like necessarily craft stuff that maybe you're not high enough level for certain things, and maybe you want to buy it, right? I just want to buy stuff, right? Like if I have to buy something, like I'll buy it, and that's the reason I am stacking coins. I'm stacking coins. That's the reason, so I can like buy my way into basically anything. So, oh, you cannot collect power pixels from previous days. Got it. So, what is a power pixel all about? Anyway, let's get this started.
Experience with pixels. It should make the gameplay more fun, more varied. And then the other goal too is that we're switching up some of like how the earnings work inside the pixels too. So in chapter 2, the end goal when it comes to earnings is we kind of want to start to shift the earnings more towards end game progression. So that means if you're a new player who's really fresh inside the game, it might be a little bit harder to earn pixels, but you're gonna have really clear goals and really clear paths to get there. It's just gonna take a bit more time. But if you're already a player inside of pixels who's progressed really far through levels, who has a bunch of coins, who has pixel in their account, then it should benefit you. So that's kind of the incentive line that we're trying to create inside the game. So what this achieves is it achieves two things, kind of. One, it kind of makes it harder to bot the initial game. Right now, when you come inside of pixels, you're kind of on a level playing field with people who are further through the game, who've been playing for a long time, and this makes it so that bot can get up to speed in like a couple of days. So this progression like inherently makes it a bit more difficult. It also gives us more time to catch the bad actors. One other thing you might be seeing inside of the game right now, and apologies if we've caught some real users who are still tweaking the system, is we've actually made some pretty large breakthroughs when it comes to the actual prevention side as well too. So we've been working with a company called Stitch, who actually has built out some really impressive and interesting fingerprinting technology. I can't go too much into the details about that, but essentially we have a lot better idea of players who are creating accounts from basically the same location, same hardware, all this kind of stuff. So again, we're tweaking this a little bit. If you are running into issues where you're getting identified or blocked from logging into the game, what I would suggest if you're a real player is you might need to remove extensions for a little bit. You might need to turn off ad blockers, or if you have a VPN, you might need to turn off because it makes your account look a little bit more suspicious. Do note that when we have this stuff live though, we actually have been like catching a ton of bot farms doing this. And combining this with the other data that we have on top of players' reputation, like in-game actions, all the other stuff we've been doing before, we've made pretty significant progress. There's still a lot of work to go there, and it's probably gonna take us a couple more months to fully flush this out.
Still players might just slip through the cracks in a couple areas, so just go through that.
So I'm gonna share my screen for Sadie. What I want
Okay.
Let us know and see how that goes.
Yeah, so if you want to help us with this, like one thing that will really, really help us is if you are having an issue
Come on.
and you're a legitimate player, like create a support ticket.
Where can I find potion brew machine in bulk? I think one of these. 41.19 and 270, I think. I think this two have something like that. I think they have like 4 potion machines or something like that. I don't know, check it. I'm not gonna click on it right now because I need to do my
tickets so we can actually start to get some real player data and find
2781.
So we'll go through that basically. If you're having an issue, we'll hand look at your account and it'll help us kind of figure out a little bit better how hard we should basically set some of these settings and if we can get some new insights there. So that's great. Some really cool stuff there. And yeah, I think what I'll do right now is I'll just kind of dig into some of the chapter 2 stuff. So I'm gonna share my screen for Sadie. What I want to do is I just set up a fresh account and I want to show people what the initial spec experience looks like. And then I'm gonna log into that account that we were playtesting with earlier today and we'll kind of show both of our specs and kind of go into some of that chapter 2 stuff.
Okay, cool. Let me actually pull out my notes because this is what I'm gonna use for. This is what I'm gonna use for the video chapter 2 leaks. So actually grab this, copy this, and put it here. Timestamp it. Stamp there. Let's see. This is what's the leak right now? Let's see.
So here we go. About to share my screen. So chapter 2, when you first create an account and you first log in, your new spec looks a little bit different. In the game.
Okay, new spec, new login. Okay.
Play when you actually see like an upgraded spec and it looks like when you get for every endgame when you're a free-to-play player. When you don't have NFT line, you'll see how it gets quite interesting. But you kind of come onto a spec with a few new things on here, right? Like if you see, there's a new type of mine that is on an initial spec. There's a new soil. It looks a bit different. There's a new type of house and
new login, new house. Okay, new login, new house, new soil. Okay.
And there's also a couple of new systems here as well. So there's a new task board that will become.
Okay. Task board. Okay, cool.
Coming up in chapter 2. And if you can see, there's also different types of tasks. So one of the things we're doing is basically as you level up and progress through the game, this is a large focus of chapter 2, player progression, you will get new tasks. So the first task that you get when you come into chapter 2 is a fresh account. They're pretty simple. They're a lot easier. And they're all tasks that you should be able to unlock just on the stuff that you get from spec. So I have this task for pop berries that I just turned in. And
New taskbar from. This is good. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, now my experience looks a little bit
What's
like
up,
yours used to
Dimester?
when it comes to the initial quest line, all this kind of stuff. There's not anything too crazy here. Like, I have to go water my crops. I have to go do like some of the normal stuff you're seeing in Pixels. However, I'm gonna log out and change accounts here to my
New taskbar. Trees.
other account, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like once you get a bit further through the game.
Yeah, so everything you guys just saw were all tier 1 things. So the trees are tier 1, the depleted soil is tier 1, you've got a tier 1 mine as well. And then here's a beautiful spec. This is mine. You just logged into mine, which works. So you can see I've got different tiers of some things. I have all tier 1 mines, but there's a tier 2 kiln.
Okay. Let me go back a little bit here.
It's like once you get a bit further through the game.
Yeah, so everything you guys just saw were all tier 1 things. So the trees are tier 1, the depleted soil is tier 1, you've got a tier 1
Okay, tier 2. Okay, tier 2.
mine as well. And then here's a beautiful spec. This is mine. You just logged into mine, which works. So you
Fir tree saplings tier 1, cedar tree tier 2.
can see I've got different tiers of some things. I have all tier 1 mines, but there's a tier 2 kiln. The tier 2 trees are the kind of more circular shaped ones with the red trunks. The tier 2 soil, you can see at the bottom there is a slightly different colored. Metalwork, a new industry. There's a tier 1 and tier 2.
Metalwork. Metalwork. New industry. No. On.
Tier 2 woodworking bench. So yeah, these are things that I've been working
Tanto tiempo como estuvieron las vacaciones familiares. Todo bien, Mike. Gracias. Rivero.
on throughout all of my playtesting to
What's up, Justin Moore?
my skill set.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make more sense if I show you guys like what my initial play experience looks like. So here's my spec, and if you want to look at my account right now, like this is an account that's really leveled up. I like all 90 level skills, but I still haven't quite finished my spec progression. Like there's a lot of room that I can go. So essentially how this works is we've introduced, just like in most MMOs or most games, finally, tiers of resources. And we keep saying resource tiers. It's not super easy to like understand until you actually see it for the first time. So I think the easiest way to do it is just kind of show you what my experience looks like. So here I am on my spec, and I have a couple of my own goals right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a bunch of basically tier 2 kilns, and there's a lot of work that needs to go into it. I have just started upgrading some of my stuff, like woodworking benches to tier 2. So I have one woodworking bench as tier 2. But in order to do that, it took me a lot of time. Basically, I had to go through and I had to chop a bunch of trees, and I had to go through and do a bunch of progression here. So if you want to kind of look at what my playstyle looks like right now, if you look when you go into these crafting benches, you can see there's two different types of crafting benches on my land right now. There's the normal tier 1 woodworking bench that you guys saw initially, and how I get the woodworking bench actually is I go to Terravilla and I purchase a kit like you normally would inside of the game right now. So if I go down to the Ministry of Innovation, you'll see I can go down here. I can use some of the coins I earned from the task board or wherever I got them from if you have coins inside your game already. Those won't be wiped, those will stay respected, and you can go and buy some new kits. So these kits are only the tier 1s that are available. The rest of the kits you're gonna have to go and actually craft and create. So this is gonna create like a really new interesting.
So tier 2. You need. Yeah, cool.
Economy around some of these kits because they're not super easy to get, and they are a little bit coin intensive too. So if you have all the coins inside of the game now, like
You can only use higher tier industries with higher tier equipment. Yeah, that makes sense. Snoopy, I miss you too. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So if people can have trees and industries on spec, wouldn't that make lands useless? No, because spec lands for sure have a cap, right? So there's a point where you're like, okay, I need like, I don't know. We have to watch exactly how it works, but my understanding is like, okay, you know, you can only have like tier 2 max in a spec land or tier 3, and maybe for other lands like NFT lands you have tier 4, tier 5. So therefore, you know, spec lands cannot, you know, compete with you in tier 4 and 5, right? So oh, there you go. So tier 1 and 2 on specs tier 3 and 4 on NFT lands. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Your progress there will be respected. What I did was I went and bought a bunch of kits, and I also went and bought a bunch of tier 1 trees from the general store, from Hazel as well too. Because when I was
Okay. You can buy the trees.
trying to go and like level up some of my stuff, it was just taking me forever, right? I didn't have enough sap, I didn't have enough logs, so I found it a lot easier just to basically buy a ton of fir trees. So if you look at my farm, I'm a spec right now, and this is actually a pretty upgraded spec. If you looked and saw the initial spec coming into, this is what like a fully upgraded spec looks like. So essentially how we're doing the specs is you can upgrade the spec 6 times. The first 3 upgrades, you basically can get more space with coins. The last 3
update specs 6 times. Okay. First 3 upgrades. Okay, this is actually pretty important, right? Let's copy that. Like, all right. Update spec 6 times first. Okay, let's go back here because I kind of like
looks like. So essentially how we're doing the specs is you can upgrade the specs 6 times. The first 3 upgrades, you basically can get more space with coins. The last 3
space with coins and get more space with coins. Last 3 upgrades. I imagine you need pixels. All right, let's see.
upgrades will require pixel to fully upgrade the spec, and that's how you get one that fits all of this stuff. You don't need a large spec right away, but more
Pixel token. Okay, cool. More utility for the pixel.
that you have, like the more that you'll be able to do, obviously. So here I am.
I will just say, like, a lot of the, almost all of the tier 1 resources, like the fir trees, like we've got tons of here, the different industry kits are purchasable. You can go ahead and buy them with coins. However, to get the higher tier ones, you will have to craft them. So the tier 2, you'll have to, tier 2 kiln, you'll have to craft. You won't be able to just purchase that. Maybe in the marketplace eventually, but over time, you'll have to work on that. So like the woodworking bench, for instance, you have to actually craft it in a tier 1 woodworking bench. So there's lots of different integrations of gameplay here, and it's really fun. It's like, honestly, I think way more fun than it is right now. Now,
Yeah,
one thing before we move forward that I just do want to acknowledge is there's some people, everyone seems to be super
Come on, Haiti! Let Luke speak, Haiti! He's trying to tell us the leaks.
excited. I'm so happy that you guys are excited with us. But there are some comments about why do we even need an NFT land? Specs are better than NFT lands. Okay, so we're gonna focus today's AMA.
Spec greater than NFT lands. Bro, people really think, like, that's funny. Okay, you know, obviously now people know that this is not the case, but it's funny. How can you actually believe, like, I don't know if people are trolling, but how can you actually believe during that AMA that the spec lands were gonna be better than NFT lands? That's like 1 + 1 = 2. Like so, you know, are we are we brain dead or what?
On showing you the spec upgrades, the tiering system in relation to free to play and spec ownership. Next week, we're going to talk all about NFT lands and what they do and how it happens. And let me tell you, you need them. You need both.
Yeah, so we'll go through both of those. So here's the easiest way to describe it, right? So new task board, basically, when you come to my task board now, I'm a higher level inside of the game now, right? So if you look at my levels again, I'm like mostly 90s inside of the game. 90 is gonna be a really hard level to get to. I don't think anybody's level 90 anything right now. But you can see my task board has a lot different tasks inside of the game now.
Okay, task board changes. Okay, task board. As you upgrade your land, task board changes. As you upgrade land, task board changes. Yeah.
And you can look, there's different tiers associated with all of these tasks on my board. There's tier 2, there's tier 3, there's tier 5.
Okay, got it.
There's tier 4, but basically the better tasks are gonna be the higher tier tasks. And you're actually only able to get up to tier 2 on the spec. So that's the difference here.
Wait.
Anything right now. But you can see my task board has a lot different tasks inside of the game now. And you can look, there's different tiers associated with all of these tasks on my board. There's tier 2, there's tier 3, there's tier 5, there's tier 4, but basically the better tasks are going to be the higher tier tasks. And you're actually only able to get up to tier 2 on the spec. So
only tier 2. Oh, so you upgrade your spec land. Time for you get more. Get higher your task, and it's capped at tier 2. Task for specs. Okay, cool.
that's the difference here. We'll show you like a little preview in NFT land at the end of say 2, just to kind of give you guys an idea on that one. But you can see the resource changes are quite drastic, where there's these new types of mines, right? Where
confirm specs greater. I'm just gonna tweet about it. I'm just gonna troll. Confirm. Specs lands greater than NFT land. Tell me your. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, some people actually believe this shit, bro. Fuck. That's the thing, man. Sometimes I want to troll, man, and some people might actually believe this.
If you look at the recipe that I was trying to build out, or really any of the recipes, if I come here to woodworking bench, you'll see that if I want to build an upgraded woodworking kit, so if I basically want the tier 2, which will unlock all these new recipes, cedar planks, cedar tree kits, so I can get better trees inside of this. Like for example, all of my trees on my spec right now, they're only tier 1 trees. So eventually I'm probably going to tear all these down and get tier 2 trees. But that's just part of the gameplay moving forward. The tier 2 trees, what it needs is it needs the old soil and it needs a bunch of fir logs. So
you can buy benches in ministry innovation. Tier 2 and above benches need to be crafted. So everything over tier 2 needs to be crafted. Doesn't matter what it is. That's my understanding, right?
You can buy the soil from the general store, but I can only craft these tier 2 trees on the tier 2 woodworking bench. So that basically means that I'm going to have to build this woodworking bench, or somebody that I know, if I go to an NFT land, if they have a tier 2 woodworking bench, that's amazing. So if I am in a guild and a guild has already done the work of building out all these woodworking benches, then I can go to this guild, I can go to an NFT land and get access to these as well. So here I have a goal right now. I want to basically build another tier 2 kiln, because the tier 2 kiln, what it unlocks is some pretty cool stuff. It unlocks more tier 2 mines. So here I'm going to add some logs to this. I'm going to look at the recipes here. And yeah, my goal right now is I want to build out basically another improved mine kit. So that's a tier 2 mine. I have one tier 2 mine on my land right now. It took me a long time to get this. But if you look in the recipe, what I need is I need a lot of copper.
June 6th. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that to face value, to be honest. You know, when is this gonna be released? Like that's just speculation, and even if it's confirmed by the team, I never believe the team. No team. It doesn't have. Okay, it has nothing to do with Luke or anybody. I know shit happens. So whenever they tell you one date, oh, this thing is gonna come out June 6th or whatever, I never listen to that. It's like I listen to it, but it's almost like, oh yeah, like okay, sure, you know, let's see what happens, because things happen along the way. So in any game, that's like today. Okay, for example, today, like I tell you, man, this is literally for every game. Today, Spellborn was supposed to come out with their gameplay for landowners, and now it's supposedly maybe today or tomorrow. And it's like, you know, that's why I'm never like, I never plan around a date. Like, yeah, fuck it.
So I need basically help. I need a lot more copper ore. So a lot of my gameplay has been going around basically specializing in this copper ore production. I can use my tier 2 pickaxe that I finally got on this copper ore, or on these tier 1 mines, and you'll see my energy is dwindling. I've been chugging energy drinks all day. But yeah, my goal now is basically to get a lot more of this copper.
Yeah, you can see that mine do function a little bit differently to how they did in the past. So yeah, more info will come on that one. But yeah, you have so many mines.
Yeah, it's like that's
That's
the thing.
really fun. Yeah, people are
That's
just
the
gonna.
difference- Yeah, it's the difference of chapter 1 and chapter 2 basically. So this resource tiering changes what you need to focus on a lot. And actually, what you're probably going to do is there's like a bunch of different gameplay loops right now. So if you see my farm, I have not really been focused on farming crops. Like actually, I barely bought seeds in my playthrough, and that's okay. Basically, there's different specialties that you're actually able to go down and focus on, where different playstyles or like different things you want to do will unlock different things. So especially if you're not leveling up all your levels in the same area, what you might find is that if people who focus just on one skill actually might get early advantages in certain areas, right? Because you're going to unlock the higher tier recipes, you're going to be able to unlock the higher tools, higher resource generators, and you'll be able to get further through the game in certain areas than other people. But these other people inside the game might
only
focus on
one
other
pixel. I
areas
thought
too.
it was
So
8.
there's this interesting combine loop where you have to level up your skills, and also if you want the resource generators on your own farm, you're going to have to upgrade them as well too. So here we go. I still need a lot more copper ore, and this will probably take me a while, honestly, if I want to get this second improved mine. It's not an easy thing. It takes a little bit of time. But basically what is that if people who focus just on one skill actually might get early advantages in certain areas, right? Because you're going to unlock the higher tier recipes, you're going to be able to unlock the higher tools, higher resource generators, and you'll be able to get further through the game in certain areas than other people. But these other people inside the game might focus on other areas too. So there's this interesting combine loop where you have to level up your skills, and also if you want the resource generators on your own farm, you're going to have to upgrade them as well too. So here we go. I still need a lot more copper ore, and this will probably take me a while, honestly, if I want to get this second improved mine. It's not an easy thing. It takes a little bit of time. But basically what it adds is it adds scarcity as you get through each tier. So yeah, if you come to my farm, basically I'll be grinding out, trying to get as many improved stone shaping kilns so that I can build out better mines, so I can start to upgrade through the mining skill and get further and further through that, so I can start to turn in tasks related to this kind of stuff, or trade the higher tier resources to other people for these things, essentially. So the task board works similarly, where it's going to reward high tier items inside the task board with Pixel. You probably won't be able to get all of them on your own, so there's going to be some trading, there's going to have to be some like marketplace play there as well too, and yeah, it's exciting. So here, I go back to Heidi's spec. Heidi,
Am I still standing there?
Yep.
Yeah, I am.
So yeah, she has focused on a bunch of different
Wait. I'm confused. So you can use tier 2. I'm not confused. I just want to understand what it is. So you can also use tier 2 tools on a tier 1. On a tier 1 like mine, for example. But that unlocks like a better... Does it unlock like a better item even in tier 1? No, of course they're downward usable. The question is, do they... Okay. So you will need like a tier 2 mine to get tier 2 stuff anyway. Oh, it does give you a higher chance of some things. That makes sense. Yo, what's up, Shark? Resources gained are based on tier industry. I got it. Higher tier tools make high probability of success when mining. Oh, got it. So it's just probability, but not actual resource change necessarily. If you're like in tier 1 using a tier 2, yeah, I get it. Got it. Very nice, dude. Wait, my skills are not good enough? Are you kidding me? Are you saying my skills are not good enough? Why should I increase? Mining and woodworking? Where's my woodworking? Okay. Yeah, sure. I got this. I'm an insane miner. Okay, let's go.
stuff. It's funny because we haven't talked about this or coordinated this, but
No.
she's focused a lot on.
I like pretty things, so mine is pretty, first and foremost.
Yeah, she's focused on upgrading her soils and upgrading some other areas like that. Like, I haven't put any effort into that yet because I don't know, I think the mine stuff is cooler to me and getting further through that. But yeah, if she wants copper, it's going to take her a lot more time because I have so many more mines than her basically. But I actually can't plant the higher tier resources because I don't have the upgraded soil. So yeah, there's a lot here with that. And then when you come into the NFT land, it starts to make sense too. So here's, I don't remember whose this is. One of our QA people has in NFT land, they've started to add some different types of industries on. I haven't joined their guild, so I'm not sure if I have complete access to it. I think they've left everything public, so I think it's fine. But if you look, basically there's different tiers of all of these resources and all of these different resource generators. So there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. These are quite hard to get, but basically tier 4, it starts to unlock different tools. So the tools are actually quite important because you need to progress through the tools as well. Like getting iron shears, it's going to take you some time, and you're actually going to have to level up quite high to get this. Once you get iron shears, or like basically the highest tier shears inside the game when we first released chapter 2, that's going to unlock the tier 4 resources for you to be able to farm. So yeah, same thing here with some of the kilns. There's a whole upgrade loop behind that as well. So yeah, there's basically resources that get you along the way. That's a tier 1, that's a tier 3, and I think this is a tier 4.
Yeah, and I saw a question just now in Discord. So if I have like a tier 4 pick, it will work on every other tier. So the high ones work on the low ones, but the low ones don't work on the high ones. So you're going to want to level those up.
Exactly. So Yeah, it's simple and it's not simple because it adds a lot of depth to the gameplay. And basically, the approach that we're going to be going with the release of Chapter 2 is we're going to get this stuff out sooner, and then we'll be doing content releases. I think the goal was at least every month we want to start releasing more content. So essentially, we have like 3 or 4 more loops added to the game around stonecrafting, metalworking, upgrading your farms, upgrading specs. The guilds start to be like a really big part of the gameplay when we release Chapter 2 as well. And it's going to vary what you experience inside the game as well too. The next focus after that will be things like pet care. I think that's an initial loop that we're going to be trying to get out right after Chapter 2. And the first thing we work on comes to the content pack, and eventually gem crafting as well. Yeah, if you look, there's also a bunch of different cooking things that you can do as well too. Yeah, the gameplay is going to be a lot different moving forward, which is good because we need some changes there. So again, if you're used to playing the current gameplay right now and you love it, it's going to change, and I'm sorry, but it has to happen. So expect.
It's not that much of a change. It's just more depth. Like, I don't see like a crazy change. Like, the way Luke is putting it here, it's like, oh, it's a crazy change. I mean, it's pretty crazy in terms of like depth of the game, but the game is still the same in terms of like what you do in the game, right? Like, just you farm, you know, it's just more depth now. Now you gotta think more, I guess. Now you gotta think more of what you want to actually do in the game. Why didn't they change? Yeah, I think sound design can get an upgrade. Sound design, music, all of it can get an upgrade. I don't think Pixels has like the best sound design or anything like that. It doesn't necessarily feel that satisfying. Like when I play what's it called? Stardew Valley. When I play Stardew Valley, bro, every time you farm or do anything or pick up something, bro, it feels so good. It feels so bubblish. It feels so like it almost feels like a casino. You know, like when you go to a casino, like the music and everything in the casino, it's done in a way so that you fall in love with the machines, right? The sound, the experience, and I feel like Stardew Valley has that, right? You pick up wood or whatever when you farm a tree. It's like it goes like bloop 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 bloop. It's like bubblish, right? All of those things are really satisfying. But I think over time, I think we'll get there. So, not a big deal. Below 300? Really? Below 300? All right, guys, get to work. Get to work. Get to work, guys. You need to get to work. Everybody in the Choose team needs to get to work. Yo, Dragon, get people to work. We need to get to work, guys. Grind. It's grind time. Okay, I'm going to focus. All right, that's it. I'm going to focus on woodworking. That's it. Who has woodworking that I can use? Who has woodworking that I can use right now? Like 4 tables. Bam, bam, back to back to back. Everybody's kicked below 300. Everybody kicked below 300. $300 plus or nothing. Get to work. Get to work, you slaves. Hurry up.
That, get ready for that, and yeah, we're getting in a much better spot. So I think general game plan is we can start to again open this up.
Yo, what the fuck is this again? I feel like I missed it. Did they talk about this? What is it?
Testing for a small group of users in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks at the latest. But I think it's pretty close to be able to do this now. And then once that feels good with them, basically, I think the biggest risk when we think about releasing this now is we want to make sure that the task board feels balanced. We also want to make sure that current players, this is kind of a bigger focus, we want to make sure that current players inside of the game have a good experience. They don't feel like they're getting screwed because resource changes have happened. So we're gonna get feedback from basically all of the like long-term Pixels players, like the player W3s, like all of that on how this game feels. So if it feels really bad when we release it, blame them, not us. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we'll get some feedback, basically live, tweak it, and then when we go live with Chapter 2, it's finally getting there. I think it's actually quite close. Expect us to do a lot of live updates as well. Like we'll probably have to do a lot of task force tweaks when we actually see what the game economy looks like with all this kind of stuff. We've done a bunch of best guesses. We'll test live with real users pretty soon, and then we'll have to do a bunch of live ops after as well. But that's the general gist of what Chapter 2 is going to be looking like. It's going to change the gameplay a good amount. It should move and shift earnings towards further progressed players, and it should have an interesting balance between specs and NFT land. If you're an NFT land owner, don't freak out, please. This is actually, again, look at it. When you look at that task board here, inside of my own thing, if you looked, most of the tasks, because I'm a high level, the ones that pay out best are higher tier resources. So eventually, if you're a free-to-play player, it might make sense for you to like join a guild or find some kind of NFT land to work on, because if you want to get some of these tier 4 things, like if you want to start to do Butterberry or Sloth Malos or all this kind of stuff, again, tier 3 and tier 4 are only available on NFT lands. So that's the gist. Do we have any questions that we want to dive into there? If not, there's some other things that we can dig into as well. Yeah, I want to give like general update on pixels before we answer questions too. I'd love to go through the data. I'd love to show some of this stuff. So here, let me pull up.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let me pull up some of this.
Okay, is that all the leaks so far? Let's start it right here. Probably storage chests is something I should do. More storage chests, just for. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a bunch of storage chests. Bundle of planks. Yeah, let's do that. Something useful, because I could go for the. I could go for the thing. I could go for the XP, but I don't think it's makes sense to do that. I want to do useful things first.
Here we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll go through this report again. So it's funny. It's funny. I've been talking to a lot of people about pixels again. We're having some discussions on like what the future pixels looks like with like a few key people, and it's funny because I still think there's like this weird lack of belief in what we're doing with some people in space. It's funny because it's really easy to criticize projects that are actually building and have something out. Like Pixels, we're doing great in terms of DAU, right? Pixels leading Web3 game when it comes to daily active addresses. And some people see that and they're like, oh, yeah, it's just all bots or it's all this kind of stuff. But a key point that I need to emphasize if people are criticizing us on that kind of stuff is we're also monetizing and making way more revenue than any other Web3 game as well too. In the last 30 days, there's been like 4.67 million pixels spent inside the game. There are still over, oh, this is wrong. That's funny. I'll look into this. There's still over 200,000.
All right. Hello? Hello?
Active VIP members. Yeah, not sure what that was just showing before. But yeah, we've done like since in the last 12 months, like almost 10 million in revenue through all the different things we've done as well too. And there's really no other Web3 game monetizing like that. I think like maybe second or third leading NFT game or like Web3 games are monetizing at like a couple 100,000 a month. So again, like if you want to look at the numbers inside of Pixels, there's a lot of stuff there. Also all the tech that we're building and all the live ops that we've done, like it's really hard to compare us to other Web3 games right now when these other Web3 games haven't launched and they haven't dealt with any of these other issues as well. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to criticize some of our numbers, like I want to also challenge you to dig into the other Web3 games out there. Like start to ask them what their cyber prevention strategy is, because I don't think any other Web3 game is really even doing much, if anything, about it. We have like a year and a half to 2 years of live ops experience doing this kind of stuff, managing our economy. And then the other stuff we're building out when it comes to reward distribution and incentive creation, there's nobody else really even experimenting with this besides finally now Axie Infinity started doing some really cool stuff with the Axie bounty board. But yeah, I don't know. We just done some cool stuff. I want to defend us just a little bit because there's stuff here that like it's really hard to touch so far. So yeah, if anybody has any other questions about some of the stats or what chapter 2 looks like, let us know, and we'll start to answer some questions too. Let me see if I can pull up some of the tech bot numbers because we're doing pretty good on that as well too. We've caught a couple 100,000 bots in the last week or two, which is great. We're cleaning up some of that data, and I mean, yeah, let's open up the questions.
All right. All right.
Okay, so cool. We got everything on this one. Should we jump to the next one, or is there anything useful here? Any leaks here?
I think what we need to actually pull this off is we probably need a new hire that's directly doing. So yeah, that's why the specialization might be interesting, right? Like if you only do mines or if you only do trees, maybe you don't have the other resources yourself, but like people probably will want your logs or people probably want your copper. So you'll be able to trade and barter for that. Another thing, story mode pixels. I've actually been thinking about this a lot. I think what we need to actually pull this off is we probably need a new hire that's directly doing story and implementation. But yeah, I think that's missing right now too. So I think I am probably gonna move on hiring somebody that's literally just in charge of single player story and content inside of pixels. It's just fun and it gives you like more stuff to do. So yeah, I think we need more help there. We're just like a little too tight on the team with that. But we talked about we're expanding the team to basically address some of these issues now.
Okay. Yeah, today's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said earlier, so much fun. Yeah. Okay. So we've always released notes. We have like a game updates article on our help center. Yes, it is a little stale. We did not update it a few times. I will take responsibility for that. It's been tricky, but yes, this is something we are looking to improve on as well. But yeah, stay tuned. We will be
Yeah,
upwards.
so I think the other thing that we'll do too is we'll get content creators inside of staging in our test environments too, so they can prep out content before we release as well. I think that's kind of the goal too. So we'll basically do a freeze. Once we think that we're actually good to release chapter 2, we're gonna hold it for a week so that people can make content on it and then release it. Okay, wow, so many questions. We can't go through too many more today, but this is really good. So what we'll probably do is like if you have other questions, maybe like ask on Twitter, and I'll stay active on Twitter today, just going through some stuff. I'll like post some teasers maybe. Yeah, I haven't been in Discord as much as I want to lately. There's been so many things on my plate, so apologies if you like normally talk to me on Discord and you're trying to get hold of me. Like Twitter actually is probably the best place to tag me. It's also like a lot more visible too. The thing about me being so active in Discord is like there's like 10 people that see it every time, right? And the chat moves so quick. So Twitter's been probably a better place for us to kind of publicly tweet some of this stuff. If you have more questions or anything like that, tag us and we'll probably answer some of the stuff. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. I know there's still like some other things that are.
Okay, cool. Let's go for the next one. I think we got everything we needed out of this. Bro, chill. Why are you cutting roots? Because I can and I want to. What is wrong with you guys? I am a premier game player of this game. Okay. 23 hours ago. Let's see.
Getting me in the mood, getting me all hyped.
This is maybe a controversial statement. I don't think we're the best quality game in Web3, but we also have one of the only live games in Web3 right now. And we know we have a long way to go when it comes to game quality. And that's the kind of stuff that we're working on with this current title that we're working on essentially. Like, how do we make this game make more sense? How do we make it more friendly to people who've never seen pixels? How do we make it so that you can play the game without? But that's kind of the key unlock here. It's like we don't necessarily need to get to net positive like pixel spend inside the ecosystem.
Hello? Hello? All right, ready. This is ready. Boom. Cart of iron. I'll do that. Yo, 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 yo. What are these bots, man? Seaver, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why are you using my stuff? I'm about to freaking lose it, bro. I'm about to lose it with these people, man. Come on. I'm gonna go to my spec real quick. Do I still play World? I haven't played World Wide Web in a little bit. It doesn't mean I don't play it. It's just I haven't played it in a little bit. You know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I've been off for a week and a half almost. So like I'm just getting back to the juice, you know. Not enough energy. Fuck me, dude. All right, let's go get some energy. Don't waste coins on chess. I won't. I won't waste anything. Okay.
Right away. It doesn't even necessarily have to be just through this core pixels game that we're releasing. It could be done with basically multiple cuts or like multiple different areas of games. So yeah, we'll dig into that, what that looks like. We can't really talk too much about what those plans look like when it comes to some of the further growth right now, but yeah, we're planting the seeds of that now. We're having some discussions already. So cool stuff there. Now, all that said, let's dive into chapter 2. Let's kind of show you guys what that looks like. We've been playing a lot internally.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll show you a bunch of stuff. I was just gonna say, I usually have 60-second slow mode on for our AMAs, and the chat was absolutely insane. So I just upped it to 2 minutes, but give me some feedback on that. On our side, it's always on slow mode, like it's always kind of slow, so I have to like hop back and forth. Let me know. But you guys have been great. We've been getting some really fun questions. So maybe while Luke is kind of preparing that, actually, you know what? No, let's talk chapter 2 first, and we'll dive into the questions. So
I can share my screen now. So here's my testing out.
Wait.
So let's see. Okay. Why is this doing this?
So here, I'm gonna hop into my spec because that's where we started last week, right? Like we showed you guys the spec experience, and we showed you guys what it looks like when you kind of have like a fully upgraded spec. So if you guys remember, we demoed this spec. This is a spec that I built out that has a bunch of tier 1 and 2 resource generators, and it's a lot different compared to how the game looks now, right? What we've introduced is we've introduced a ton of new industries, and we've kind of changed the way that these industries work too. So we're kind of focusing on 2 different areas in chapter 2, right? We're focusing on the free-to-play experience. We're focused on, what does it look like if you don't own NFT land? How do we make that gameplay a bit more interesting? How do we have progression inside of the game? And how does this tie in with the NFT land as well too? So the key concept we were starting to introduce is more progression and more milestones that you can hit internally inside of the game. What this is going to do is this is going to make the scaling that you do inside the game matter more. The skills are actually quite important because you don't actually get access to these resources unless you level up a bit. And then also there's like a lot more things you have to think about when it comes to trade-offs, all this kind of stuff. And we'll show you what that looks like on the NFT land, because the NFT land is kind of the full expression, the full exaggeration of these resource specializations, and it's going to tie really interestingly into like guild gameplay, like how you spend your time, how you spend your energy, all this as well too. So just a refresher, this is my spec. Specs, what they can do is they can get bigger. You can pay coins or pixel to start upgrading your spec, and you'll get access to tier 1 and tier resources, tier 2 resources on your spec. There's only so far you can take it, but there's actually there's a lot more depth in terms of the gameplay when you come here. So last week I was kind of showing you guys, I was trying to upgrade to like a copper pick, a copper axe, so I could start actually collecting the resources on my spec, because if you don't have the right tool, just like in most MMOs or RPGs that you guys play, you actually can't collect the resources that you need. So if you look at my inventory now, I have a tier 3 pick finally, bronze pick, and here is an example of the tier 1 mine. Here's an example of the tier 2 mine. Since I have this better pick, I can finally go here. But I actually can't craft the tier 3 pick unless I have access to a tier 3 woodworking bench. So here, we showed you guys the tier 1 and the tier 2 woodworking benches before, right? If you have a tier 1 woodworking bench, that'll be like the first progression you guys have. I can go and craft a makeshift axe. I can go and craft a makeshift pick. Tier 2 unlocks the copper and the copper axe and copper pick. Now, if I was to go to my task board, again, this is a very leveled up account. This is like all level 90s. This is actually going to be pretty hard to get to. If you've ever played an MMO, like RuneScape or MapleStory, any of these kind of stuff, you kind of know the experience that it's like. But we have, again, a new task board inside of chapter 2. And the task board, what it does is it also levels up with your skills. So you get better tasks the higher level that you skill up. But then also what that means is you have to get better resources if you want to get access, or if you actually want to turn in tasks here. So if you look in this task board, since I'm a high level account, I have a lot of tier 3 tasks inside of this task board. And if you notice, I can't get the tier 3 resources on top of this spec. So what's my gameplay experience look like when I level up a bit further? Well, I actually have to interact with NFT land. So I have NFT.
Before we move on to NFT lands, there's a really good question here. So if I didn't upgrade my spec, but I have higher skill level, can I craft higher tier in NFT lands, or do I need to upgrade my spec to craft higher tier materials on NFT lands? Okay, so there's spec upgrades, and there are industry upgrades, there are tool upgrades. Like when I say upgrades, I mean tiering up, like getting higher tiers, and then of course you're leveling up your skills. So all of these different areas, you need to level all of them up to be able to participate in the like highest form of gameplay, I would say. So Luke, let's say if he didn't have a high enough skill to interact with a really high tier mine, he's gonna have to level up his skill set first before he can participate with that sort of gameplay, right? And so spec upgrades, like you're saying, they just increase the size, not your skill set, not the industries. So these are all different areas that you have to work to upgrade.
Exactly. But if I don't have the like proper things on my own spec, I can go and visit somebody's land and actually use their upgraded woodworking benches, all this kind of stuff too. So it's not just my own land I can go to. I can still go to somebody else's land, and that's where guilds and some of this other stuff comes into play too, because land is going to change when it comes to like utility a lot, right? Right now you can go to anybody's land. It's getting a bit more restricted, right? Because you're seeing that some people want access to all their own resources and they don't want to share with others. Now you can see this is my land that I've upgraded. This is a small NFT land. It's still got a lot of room to put some stuff in, right? And what I've done here is I kind of have been optimizing
in the game. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. No, it's funny because I have my tab muted, but here, we'll just keep the sound. The sound is good, but maybe not the music. So yeah,
it's the opposite. The sound is the loud part. The music's like fun background.
Fair enough. Okay, both off. So yeah, I have a land here. You can see that there's other people coming to my land to use it, right? And these people on my land, they might not have all of these higher tier woodworking benches, but I've been to work, and I don't have time to use all my resources that I built, like my mines by myself the entire time. Now people who I allow onto my land, I have a couple of settings, right? We've actually changed guilds to have a bit more permissioning as well too, where there's different roles inside of guilds moving forward. There's the supporter if you just want to buy shards. There's a member if you actually want to join a guild and be like part of this guild. You're gonna have to actually like stake your shards of the guild to the guild. It's like a new interesting mechanic we'll go into maybe in the next anime as well too. But we're kind of changing the way that guild membership works. And then there's different roles beyond the membership as well too. There's manager. There's I don't know if we're calling it farmer or we're calling it like. I think someone suggested peasant. That's not the right way to say it. But yeah, basically the guild will have more control over who gets access to the resources inside of this as well too. And they'll have fine-tuned control. Basically, it's like the whitelist feature, where just because you're a member of a guild doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to give you access to all this kind of stuff. But yeah, here I can go into my land now. And I can kind of show you guys what my experience looks like now too. So I have a couple of goals that I've been working towards. I built some tier 4 mines. I actually don't have a tier 4 pick yet. But if you go here, you can see that there's a couple of more mines here as well too. So if you look, there's still the tier 1 and tier 2 mines that I put on my spec because I still have like some need for some of the lower tier resources. Like I want to turn in some of the task force tasks, right? That still require copper or still require bronze. But I also have access to these mines too, where these are like the tier 3 ones that I've upgraded. Now I can finally start to craft some stuff too. I've added some metalworking benches here too. And yeah, one of the things I was working on building was, I was going to build shears actually. That's something I have prepped. So if you look at my inventory right now, all I have is tier 1 shears. I have makeshift shears. I actually can't farm on some high level farming resources. So here, I'm just going to go and upgrade my shears finally. I think I have all the resources to do it. So yeah, I have a tier 1 shears and makeshift shears. I'm going to go and upgrade them to copper shears now. It's going to take 30 seconds, so bear with me here. And I'll upgrade them one more time into the tier 3. I think I might have enough resources for the tier 4 as well too. But yeah, you can see that like my land's pretty busy. Just kind of showing you guys what it looks like when multiple people are working on this kind of stuff. Again, all this stuff now is single use, right? So you have Heidi mining this mine. But
got 10 iron. Let's
nice.
go. That's a good one.
Bye.
And
I
yeah, you can see
closed
that
it.
other players have been planting crops here on my land. Here, let me go and grab these now. Okay, cool. They're ready. Copper shears. Now I'm going to upgrade to the bronze shears. 9 bronze bars, these copper screws that I've been working on getting. It takes a bit of time to upgrade all your stuff, and that's kind of supposed to be the point too. So basically, like people who are playing more and progressing more through the game, their opportunities going to be bigger, and it's going to matter a lot more too. So this accomplishes a couple things, right? One, we're trying to do is we're trying to shift rewards to players who progress further through the game more. And what this does is one, it creates an incentive structure for you to just get further through the game. Two, it makes the game a little bit harder to bot, right? If you just come into the game and you're a bad actor and you are trying to basically just like extract as many resources out of pixels, you won't really be able to get the best rewards unless you're further through the game. So one, what this does is this shifts rewards further through progression. So if you are a bad actor, we have more time to catch you. Two, the resources in NFT lands work very differently than specs, right? So here's the scenario, right? If you're a bad actor and you create 1,000 accounts, right? You can create 1,000 specs. You're probably going to be able to still bot the tier 1 and tier 2 resources if you are really on top of the tech. There's some crazy stuff in the space right now where there's only so much detection that's actually possible, if I'm being brutally honest. And a lot of what we're working on is shifting the reward structures, the incentive design to actually favor long-term players instead for this reason. But then there's scarcity now with the high tier resources too. There's only so many NFT lands, and because this stuff is single use, there's only so many people that can be using this stuff at once, right? So it's actually much more advantageous to be either an NFT landowner to have access to all these resource centers just by yourself, or to join a guild too. So you're gonna have to kind of work your way up the progression, and you won't need to right away. But essentially, as people level up more and more, as people get further through the game loops, then it's become more of a need, right? So let me just take my bronze shears. Tell me no.
No, you can.
Okay, yeah, so here. So this is a tier 3 metalworking stage. I actually can't craft the next tier of shears unless I go to this tier 4. I only have one because it's kind of hard to get, and it took me a long time to get up there. Oh, shoot, I need a copper screw. Okay, I'm gonna craft the copper screw really quickly, and then I'll be able to get this tier 4 shear. So here, yeah, copper, since I'm further through the game, it's pretty easy for me to get. You get it through the tier 1 mines. It takes a bit of time.
You need it.
What was that?
I have some copper screws if you need them.
I just need one more. Okay, here, got my copper screw. Now I can come in and see, yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't use this metalworking thing if somebody else is in front of it. So that's some more interesting dynamics. Oh, I need 2 more copper screws. Yeah, can you give me some?
Yeah, where are you? There you are. Hopefully my reputation scores high enough. Okay, seems like it is. How many do you need? 2?
Yeah, just 2.
Okay, no wait, I don't think it's working. I think my reputation score isn't high enough.
Okay, this is a pretty
account. Please remember everyone.
Okay, here I'm gonna craft 2 more. And this is also why it's kind of nice to have multiple crafting benches inside of your land, because then I can just craft a bunch at a time, right? Otherwise I'd have to wait a long time. So yeah, what we're probably gonna start to see is specialization inside of NFT land too. We'll show you guys what that looks like as we prep some specialized NFT land too.
Yeah, should we see the other one?
Yeah, I have to make these shears first because I can't farm them until I do that. Here, finally can do this. So
here
we go. Iron shears, big accomplishment here.
This is the thing, no, but you guys don't understand. Like, it's so addictive. I was supposed to be doing other work, and instead I was just play testing, and calling it play testing is an excuse for me to feel good about just gaming all the time. So it's that addictive. I'm just so excited.
Yeah, it's like, so this is like the core thing that we're doing. We're trying to just make gameplay that makes more sense. It's funny because I was introducing some friends to Pixels just the other day even, and we know it doesn't really make sense when you come into the game right now. Still, there's a lot of work that we need to do there, and this is the base we're building out. So here, I finally got my iron shears. Where are they? Yeah, thank God. Okay, so now, yeah, you guys saw my land. Maybe move over to hide.
Nah, I'm closing line. But I'll make it for guild owner. For guild, do you have a guild? Do you have a shard? If you have a shard, I'll let you in. Like, let's go. My bad. I got this. Okay. What do you mean, everybody? The fuck? Oh no, wait. This one is everybody. Fuck. My bad. There. Let me manage, please. Manage what? What do? Yeah, sure. Let's talk about it. You mean my lands? Like, give you a management role or something? Is there new roles? Is that a thing? All right, let's go. Let's see what's up. Now I'm a little bit lost. I am a little bit lost. There. No, yeah, bro. You have to be a good leader. Dragon, you have to be a good leader. We can talk. Just let me know what you need. Just let me know what you need, bro. Yeah, I know B Porter. I actually don't even have access. Sieber Mao. I think Sieber Mao lost his thing. Open, please. Oh, shit. Some people lost their stuff. You know, it is what it is. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Get the fuck out of my stuff. Wait, Sieber Mao actually has... Who the fuck is Sieber Mao? He actually has a shard. GG's. So far, Dragon has delivered. Kagi average. Okay, dude. Okay, like, you guys are like, you guys are trolling like so hard, bro. You know, like, I'm just gonna play this
you can see
video.
that I've been focusing on some
I'm not even gonna read the chat because you guys are fucking trolls.
types of gameplay. Like I was really trying to work up and like get more tools built out, and I'm interested to see what the secondary market of these tools look like too, right? Because it's not so easy to get them. If you don't want to work your way up to them, you can just go and buy them on the marketplace from other players, right? It starts introducing new economics here, especially as you know we scale up players, we scale up all this kind of stuff. So cool. Let's go over to Heidi's land.
So as per usual, my land is really pretty compared to Luke's. So, so that's my goal, obviously, is to always make it kind of just pretty. If you zoom out, you'll see all around. I have tier 1 trees everywhere. They're all circling around the outside, and then I have little clumps of the tier, 2, 3, and 4, and then I kind of have like one of every tier of a bunch of different industries. You can see some crops I've planted here. Now you can't steal them. However, if I leave those crops to die and they're dead, then Luke can steal those seeds. So if you ever see dead crops, you can go and steal those seeds from that person.
Nice. Yeah.
It actually makes sense if I share my screen just so that I can show some gameplay. Or you want to?
I'm trying to get my own seeds here. I have some storage.
Let me share my screen so that I can show some gameplay from like my perspective. Hold on, let me do it. There we go. Okay. All right, so this is my farm, right? So we've got these fun little signs, which you'll be able to get also just to like make things super obvious if you want. But yeah, so I got all 4 tiers of metalworking here. Got all my mines, so we can collect some material. Not enough space in inventory, of course. So speaking of inventory, this is a great lead into there will be different tiers of craftable boxes also. So look, we go all the way up to tier 5 and you get 5 rows. So there's lots of opportunities in here. And you might have just seen a little like, what is that? So we have this industry. It probably won't come in the very first release, but Luke did allude to it. So I will show you. It's called gem cutting. I'm not going to talk too much about its use case and whatnot either, but I'm going to show you because it looks so cool. So this is the highest tier of the industry. And you just kind of chip away here and you cut your own beautiful gem. So I'm
Ooh, gem cutting. Gem thing. Okay.
my inventory is full, so I won't be able to collect it, but you can see that beautiful gem right there. So yeah, you might see these little flowers coming around here. That's another maybe possible future release. I'm not sure if it's coming initially or not, but I want to show you some really fun things indoors. So we've got different tiers of stoves as well. I've got my own task board here. I saw some questions. People were like, oh, is a task board coin only? No, it's still pixel. This is just a testing thing. Don't take things too, seriously, because there's different things here. But anyways, there's a little fun gameplay with your bed, which I'm still in a cooldown, so you won't be able to see, but you might be able to get a little bit of energy there. But you can see my bed is pretty ugly and pretty boring.
I'm putting guild members. What is wrong with this? Why is it not working? I literally put guild members. What is this? Guild members, please. What's happening, bro? I'ma fucking lose it. I just want guild members. I want guild members. I don't want to add anybody. I'm not going to add people one by one. There's no fucking way I'm doing that. Don't piss me off. You guys are pissing me off already. What do you expect? I contact everybody like, hey, yo, I want to add you to the land. That's crazy. I just want guild members right now to join. No, I know it's your job. I know it's your job. You're not doing your job! Wait, I need to give you management for that, right? Okay, how do I give you management? Do I just give you like do I just, bro, do I just like give you like your address? All right, cool. Let's talk about this after, like, offline. I'll give you management for the lands. Not all of them. Only the ones that are we're reserving for the guild. Let me in. I don't care. You have been scammed. Fuck you all. I don't give a shit. Shit. Alright, look, I'm gonna open it up. But this fucking guy, Simmer Mao, this guy keeps using my stuff, man. Oh, it's working. Guild members. No? Try it. Guild members are supposed. Wait, I don't understand. I thought it worked. I thought it worked before. Okay, everybody, fuck it. Come in. Fucking pussies. Who's this? Oh, it's Ray. Oh, Ray. Don't use my fucking industries. Stop! This fucking guy, man. What a guy, dude. He comes in and uses it. He comes in and uses it. I'm using it.
Have a custom duvet that I've purchased. And yeah, you can like go in your bed. And there's some other fun stuff in here too. So I've got some wallpaper if I want to decorate my house. So there's going to be lots of different opportunities to kind of customize. There's a fun little rotator tool too, which will give you some like paneling if you want it. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff coming. I think I have this other wallpaper here. Let's go up. My house is pretty empty right now. I haven't decorated it a lot, but you can see over here, I've got some different types of wallpaper. There's like a whole bunch. This one's kind of more fun because I think oh no, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, it has the same kind of like, you don't have to do that if you don't want, but it's kind of fun. All right, and then this is a big house. So big NFT lands have 2 extra rooms at the top. So, or sorry, 1 extra room. Every land will have a pool, and to keep it a nice color, you will have to put, I mean, we called it chlorine internally. It might be called something else. It might look totally different, but you got to keep it clean, guys. Not sure if there will be like immediate utility with this pool here, but future. And then we have, this is specific to NFT lands. Sorry, NFT houses that are large have this solarium at the top, and that's where you can plant these special flowers. And we haven't nailed in like, oh, is a task board coin only? No, it's still pixel. This is just a testing thing. Don't take things too, seriously, because there's different things here. But anyways,
Okay, let's actually put this in the notes.
it's a little fun gameplay with your bed, which I'm still in a cooldown, so you won't be able to see, but you might be able to get a little bit of energy there. But you can see my bed is pretty ugly and pretty boring. So I actually have a custom duvet that I've purchased. And yeah, you can like go in your bed, and there's some other fun stuff in here too.
What's
So
up,
I've got
Ray?
some wallpaper.
Bro, what is wrong with this?
paper if I want to decorate my house. So there's going to be lots of different opportunities to kind of customize. There's a fun little rotator tool too, which will give you some like paneling if you want it. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff coming. I think I have this other wallpaper here. Let's go up. My house is pretty empty right now. I haven't decorated it a lot, but you can see over here, I've got some different types of wallpaper. There's like a whole bunch. This one's kind of more fun because I think it, oh no, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, but it has the same kind of like, you don't have to do that if you don't want, but it's kind of fun. All right, and then this is a big house. So big NFT lands have 2 extra rooms at the top. So, or sorry, 1 extra room. Every land will have a pool, and to keep it of nice color, you will have to put, I mean, we called it chlorine internally. It might be called something else, it might look totally different, but you gotta keep it clean, guys. Not sure if there will be like immediate utility with this pool here, but future. And then we have, this is specific to NFT lands, sorry, NFT houses that are large, have this solarium at the top, and that's where you can plant these special flowers. And we haven't nailed in like the balance for these yet, but just stay tuned for that. And you will only be able to plant these sorts of flowers in the large houses up here. So yeah, if you go back outside, let's go head back outside. You'll be able to see all of those flowers I put everywhere. There's 3 types. I'm not sure if you can only plant like aqua ones on waterlands or not. Like I said, that one's still a little bit in design. But yeah, they're pretty fun, pretty cool. Just like a tiny little fun extra feature. Yeah, and you can see I've got some people that are using my stoves, or they were using my stoves. So there's some leftover time with the wood there. And then actually, wait, let's go in here. So this is an elevator. This is going to take me down to my very own cave basement. So a lot of people have been asking like what will happen to my existing house and items and everything. So you're going to find it all in here, and then you can remove it and take it upstairs as you please. But there will be some, you know, gameplay future releases and whatnot with caves, as you guys know. So every house on NFT Lands does have their own little cave down
Caves. Caves.
here.
Yeah, so that leads to some interesting discussion of like what it looks like by working on afterwards. So essentially, we'll get some content packs out. Like that's when we talk about splitting the team, right? Basically, we'll have people still working on live ops. You'll
Why does it freezes? I pay money for this. I pay for internet. Why does it freeze?
still get these content packs, and that's kind of where the live ops team will focus on. Basically, more content you guys get access to that you guys can just like make videos about. We'll get some content packs out. Like that's when we talk about splitting the team, right? Basically, we'll have people still working on live ops. You'll still get these content packs, and that's kind of where the live ops team will focus on. Basically, more content you guys get access to that you guys can
¿Cómo
just,
eres
like, make videos
gritón?
about. It's like more fun gameplay.
¡Cállate!
What I want to start focusing on too is more like single player story content and narrative,
¡Ban!
this kind of stuff. So that's what that team will kind of just like,
¡Ban
full time do basically. So yeah, we can
Baneado.
start, but that's one of the most,
Fuera.
that's like the most fun part of these games, I think. So starting to finally get some narrative, starting to get some like single player content too, and some more actionable steps to progress through the game as well. Like, you know, I grew up playing RuneScape, right? And one of the like biggest flexes that you get when you go through RuneScape is doing some of the harder quests like Regicide, or if you played like all the ape quests, things like that. So we'll start to introduce that too. But then as that's going on, the core team will actually start to work on the bigger updates as well, which the next focus when it comes to like larger systems changes will be the contestable lands. So right now in tier
Hello? Hello?
when you go through the NFT land, right, there's tier 3 and tier 4 resources available on NFT lands. What we're going to be introducing is new gameplay that introduces higher tiers. And these higher tier resources will be available only on specific types of this new type of land that we're going on, building out basically. And this is something that guilds are going
Kage, meet me here and give me your game wallet. Wait. What do I need? Why do I need to give you my game wallet? I can give it to you. I don't mind. Just send me a message on Discord. Are we friends on Discord? You guys are fucking trolls, so I hope. Wait, are you kidding me? You literally used it, bro. I put the wood. You guys are hard trolls, man. You guys are so fucking annoying. All right, let me add you. Where the fuck is Dragon Bask? Pirate Dragon, is that your name now? Lol. I sent you a friend request, bro. Bro, somebody put the wood. Stop fucking trolling. Go, man. Put the wood. Yeah, you guys are mad annoying, bro. I got it, bitches. Okay. Cool. I don't have a lot of energy, to be honest. Like, to farm anything. Let's just farm this. I have like 2 extra things. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay, I need somebody to not fucking use this. I will lock my land just to use it. Okay, let's play this again.
Lands or not, like I said, that one's still a little bit in design. But yeah, they're pretty fun, pretty cool. Just
I'll put in 720, see if it loads quicker. I don't think
like
it's
a tiny little fun extra feature.
I honestly
Yeah,
don't
you
think
see
it's
I've got some people that
the
are using my
internet.
stoves, or they were using my stoves. So there's some leftover time with
Yeah,
with the wood there. And then actually, wait, let's go in here. So this is an elevator. This is going to take me down to my very own cave basement. So a lot of people have been asking like what will happen to my existing house and
it's not the internet.
items and everything. So you're going to find it all in here, and then you can remove it.
It's I think it's basically the cache in the cache on the. It's basically the cache on the browser. Let me see. Let me see if I can clear cache real quick. Copy. Settings. Clear browsing. Have that. Oh yeah.
These mines too.
Around to see also like just like scheduling, like you guys been scheduling like crazy.
Well, like I grew up playing RuneScape.
Different, but you got to keep it clean, guys.
Okay, now that I cleared everything, now the whole thing fucking changed. No, it's white. God damn it.
So if you are a bad actor, we have more time to catch you. 2, the resources in NFT lands work very differently than specs, right? So here's the scenario, right? If you're a bad actor and you create 1,000 accounts, right? You can create 1,000 specs. You're probably going to
different things here, but anyways, there's a little.
Okay, let's see if it's better now.
Fun. All right, and then this is a big house. So big NFT lands have 2 extra rooms at the top. So, or sorry, 1 extra room. Every land will have a pool, and to keep it a nice color, you will have to put. I mean, we've called it chlorine in.
You're trying to help me. How are you trying to help me? I don't understand. Fine, I'll go 49.35. I don't get it, but can you explain? I don't like to be helped without explanation. Like, oh, here, let me help you. But what is the help? What exactly? What exactly is the help? I'm going, but I don't understand it. Increase your voice. No. Just like explain to me, what are you trying to do? I want to understand. Bro, just send me a message. I don't even know what you're trying to help me with. Oh, I see. This? I don't have energy. Fuck! I need to get energy. I'll be back. Here we go. I think I got energy here. I got some energy here. I don't want any more mines. I have a lot. Boom. Yeah. Drink some of these juice. Boom. Boom. There you go. This here. Perfect. Now I'll go back to your land. For a kill, just for you. Okay, I'll give you. There you go. I'll give you my address then. 4935. 4935. Wait, Dragon, did you always have this land? This is a new land. Oh my god. Drop no. Oh my god, I left it behind. I am so dumb. I'm literally so dumb. Like, I cannot, like, nobody can beat my dumbness. I literally left all the, everything. The whole thing. The whole tools behind. Or resources, I mean. Oh my god. Oh my, I can't with myself. I cannot with myself. I'm managing B Porter's juice land. Nice, nice, nice. I'm still not, I still don't want to lock mine up, even though I do have like two farms that two extra farms or three that have wood. I still don't want to lock it up because it is generating a lot of resources. Those resources are generating coins. So I really want to like stack up on coins. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it open for now. But that's good that B Porter gave you that access. Hell yeah. No wonder I went to B Porter's land. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I can't get in. Like, this motherfucker locked me out. You don't have any access to wood? Well, talk to Dragon. Don't talk to me! Dragon! Complain to Dragon! If you have a shard, complain to Dragon. And if he tells you, look, you're not playing enough, you're not good enough, you're not even 300 skill level, you're fucked. Sorry.
Internally, it might be called something else. It might look totally different, but you got to keep it clean, guys. Not sure if there will be like immediate utility with this pool here, but future. And then we have, this is specific to NFT lands, sorry, NFT houses that are large, have this solarium at the top, and that's where you can plant these special flowers. And we haven't nailed in like the balance for these yet, but just stay tuned for that. And you will only be able to plant these sorts of flowers in the large houses up here. So yeah, if you go back outside, let's go back outside. You'll be able to see all of those flowers I put everywhere. There's 3 types. I'm not sure if you can only plant like aqua ones on waterlands or not. Like I said, that one's still a little bit in design. But yeah, they're pretty fun, pretty cool. Just like a tiny little fun extra feature. Yeah, and you can see I've got some people that are using my stoves, or they were using my stoves. So there's some leftover time with the wood there. And then actually, wait, let's go in here This is an elevator. This is going to take me down to my very own cave basement. So a lot of people have been asking like what will happen to my existing house and items and everything. So you're going to find it all in here, and then you can remove it and take it upstairs as you please. But there will be some, gameplay future releases and whatnot with caves, as you guys know. So every house on NFT Lands does have their own little cave down here.
Yeah, so that leads to some interesting discussion of like what it looks like that we're working on afterwards. So essentially, we'll get some content packs out. Like that's when we talk about splitting the team, right? Basically, we'll have people still working on live ops. So you'll still get these content packs, and that's kind of where the live ops team will focus on. Basically, more content that you guys get access to that you guys can just like make videos about. It's like more fun gameplay. What I want to start focusing on too is more like single player story content and narrative, all this kind of stuff. So that's what that team will kind of just like full time do basically. So yeah, we've been kind of content starved, but that's one of the most that's like the most fun part of these games, I think. So starting to finally get some narrative, starting to get some like single player content too, and some more actionable steps to progress through the game as well. Like, I grew up playing RuneScape, right? And one of the like biggest flexes that you get when you go through RuneScape is doing some of the harder quests like Regicide, or if you played like all the ape quests, things like that. So we'll start to introduce that too. But then as that's going on, the core team will actually start to work on the bigger updates as well, which the next focus when it comes to like larger systems changes will be the contestable lands. So right now in when you go through the NFT land, right, there's tier 3 and tier 4 resources available on NFT lands. What we're going to be introducing is new gameplay that introduces higher tiers, and these higher tier resources will be available only on specific types of this new type of land that we're going on, building out basically. And this is something that guilds are going to have to compete for, or I mean, maybe a whale player might just be able to do this himself too. But the goal is essentially him or her. Like the goal is essentially to create like new systems where people finally start competing for the highest tier.
Okay, this is I'll copy this. Higher tier resource.
And like the highest like progression inside of the game as well too. So it's going to be harder to get them. They're going to be extremely scarce, the tier 5 and tier 6 resources, and there'll be competition.
Tier 5 and tier 6. Okay. Five. Competition. Okay, cool.
To get them. So that's like the long term that we're getting to. Like realistically, I don't think we're going to start development on that essentially.
All right, let me know. So you guys said mines and woodworking. Should I work on anything else? Let me know, because I'm gonna grind. I'm ready to grind. I'm literally ready to grind. Like, I am going to sit tonight after the stream. By the way, the stream will end in maybe like an hour or two, and we will be live. I want to like, oh my god, don't tell me I have to log in back in. Oh my god, I can't. This, oh my god. Okay, let's just oh my god, I gotta log in, guys. Wait. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me right now, bro? Hello? Okay. This is a mission. Just bear with me to log in. I have a few steps I have to do to log into my Twitter. Okay. Boom. How do I change the color? There you go. Display. Game. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm in. Okay, so today So today we're gonna be playing Kydro live. We're gonna be playing Kydro live. This is an action RPG on the Running Network for the people that don't know. We'll be playing live on Twitter with the Kydro team. So that's why we're gonna end it a little bit earlier. I also want to get a video together for the chapter 2 leaks. And that's what I'm doing right now with you guys. So I kind of want to get that started. I'm probably gonna release it tomorrow. You know, I got like all the timestamps here. You know, I've been like timestamping everything. So I'm multitasking. I'm a good leader. Leader multitasking. Do you really like that thing? Yeah, I really do. Actually, I prefer this way better than the. I could show you. We could do a little bit of that right now. Let's see. I'll show you. Let's make a stop here. Let's actually get out of this. Oh, I'm gonna have to log into Pixels again too. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, let's do a little demo here so you can see how it works. Let's do a little demo here. Let's make this screen big, and let's actually like go down here. Actually move this. Yeah. Log in here. Okay. Pixels. All right, check it. Let me actually fix the camera. Configure video. Oh sure. I think what we can do here is probably, let's see. Oh. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you guys can see this. There you go. I'm using the thing here. On the other side it has the mouse. Okay. I can click A, I think, right here. Boom. Oh no, wait. I can click up here. I can click up here and like farm. Boom, you see? Farm. I can click up here again. Farmed. See? The cards of iron. There you go. Obviously I can touch screen, but it's pretty quick. Like you know, you get used to it. You're like you're like right here. Boom. Okay. But you can also touch. But bro, it's so comfortable. You're just like chilling here. Boom, 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 boom. It's actually pretty sick. So yeah, I recommend it. If you do buy one, use my link. If you do buy one, use my link for Amazon. I do have a affiliate creator thing for Amazon. So let me know if you're gonna buy one. I will be uploading the video for this very soon. I have the video. I just gotta edit it. I did say that yesterday. That's partly why I want to get off a little bit early. I got a lot of stuff to do. Like a lot of things to edit. We have a lot of things to do. So yeah. Oh shit, Zombina is here. What's up, Zombie? Hello, leader multitasker. Hi. How you doing? Are my hands big or small? I have a small hands, but I have a big dick. Okay, I just want to put that out there. I just want to put that out there before anybody says anything. Oh, small hands, small dick. No, 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 no. None of that. None of that here. Oh my god, I gotta log in. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Time to log in. Cap, proof. Okay, dude. Okay, I'm gonna prove it right now. You guys, proof of big dick. Proof of big dick. Okay, I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, man. So big. A big dick. I even got wet. Look at that. Got wet on my hands. Damn, that's mid. Get out of here, bro. Wait, I gotta clean the floor. I spilled water because of you guys. Trying to prove my fucking dick. Alright, I'm back. Okay, let's log in because I logged out. Yo, you know what I haven't checked? I haven't checked my rewards. I kind of want to check live. It's not even like I don't want to. I'm not even trying to brag. Okay. Like I haven't collected my running rewards. Like my Roan token. I kind of want to check now that I connected my wallet. Let's check. You guys want to check with me? Let's do it. Only on one of my wallets. Then I gotta log into the other. But I really have to let's see. Wait, what? Sir. Let me in. Are you guys staking your Ronin? Are you guys staking? Guys, you guys gotta stake your Ronin. You guys gotta stake your running thing. Alright, let's Yo, by the way, Dragon, thank you, bro. Thank you for this. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Running.com. Launch app. Yeah, I thought I had it bookmarked. Let's see. before we do this, let's go to run staking here real quick. Make sure I'm logged in the right wallet. Okay, cool. My staking. How do I show my staking? Let's see. Let's see. How do I show this? No, I can't see. Oh, right here. Not bad. 1 week. Restake. Where do we restake? Moku, stable. I'm just gonna do stable. No, I already have a lot of Moku. Okay. Cool. Actually, we can probably do another wallet here. Let's see. Yeah. We have 120 on this one, 127. Okay. We stake on this. Compound, baby. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we just do all the wallets that I can log into here. Okay. Okay. Restake. Yeah. See. Okay. Have another one here. What do we do? Table. Okay. Hey, I am nice. I am nice. I was just showing how big it was. Oh, fuck. Bro, I am actually insanely nice to girls. Like, I am insanely nice. When I say nice, we're not talking about like being like, oh my god, like a little, oh my god, like a simp. I'm not simp nice, but I treat girls very nicely, very very nicely. So like I don't, I'm not simp nice because you can't fall into the simp nice. If you're simp nice, you're not. Girls don't like simp nice. Girls don't like that. So that's just bottom line. That's just the truth. If you're a simp nice, you're not gonna make it. But when you're nice to girls, like naturally nice, like you don't have to be a dickhead or anything, but also know your value as a man, and your true value as a person. Like, what's your value in general? In general, what's your value? Like, okay, do you work? Are you a lazy motherfucker? No. If you're not, then that's a plus. Are you making money? Yes. Do you take care of yourself? Yes. Right? Are you have like leadership skills? Yes. Problem solving skills? Yes. Like, you can't just be a simp if you have all these qualities. And I'm not saying you're born with that. You kind of like build these qualities over time. You kind of like finesse the qualities that you have as a man and the things that you can provide to the world, right? So, I mean, you know, just don't be a simp. But I'm definitely nice to girls. Like, gentlemen, great. Exactly, gentleman. Exactly, that's the word. That's the right word. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman. What is your favorite crypto game to earn at the moment? It's Pixels. There's nothing else like Pixels, guys. I said this before. I tweeted about. I was talking about this yesterday with you guys. Like, there's a few other games out there. You know, you got Axie, of course. You can earn some in Axie. Actually, they have a new game today. I saw a running feed tweet about it. There's a new game on Axie. Let me see. I usually go to this because this is like yeah. But anyways, the point is that yeah, there's a new game apparently here. And you can earn on this. A Duet Monsters, a mobile Axie music game in open alpha. Sing songs with your Axies, earn SLP and AXP. You see, like, there's not only the main Axie game, but there's new games coming out in the Axie universe that, you know, that kind of, I guess, have some earning mechanisms. You also got the bounty board. I was talking to somebody yesterday that was explaining to me that what's it called, the parallel TCG. I tweeted about this a little bit uncultured about a few things right here, and some people I did say only 2 crypto games are past airdrop phase, because one thing is airdrop phase. There's a few games with airdrops. You know, you got Wild Forest, you got Illuvium, you got some things going on in Immutable X. Like, there's some earning opportunity, but when we're talking about like long-term earnings on a day-to-day basis, there's not many. As far as I knew, it was only Axie and Pixels, but somebody corrected me here, and he says how the TCG parallel TCG has the best gameplay, best time spent / rewards on the market. Just take a look. I said, interesting. Did they ever airdrop or just straight gameplay only rewards? Just some airdrops by the end of the season, but for some asset holders. But you are rewarded by just playing, and it has seriously nice gameplay. Like, there's a few pros on it. I told them, like, you know, like, the pros don't really like make it or break it in terms of, like, that's my opinion anyway. Like, just because a game has like pros playing, like, I don't really buy into that, because a lot of these pros are being paid, and that's totally fine. I have nothing against that, by the way. I get paid a lot for a lot of content out there, so nothing against that. But just because somebody got paid to play the game, and even if they like the game, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they're being paid, so, like, you know, you also gotta take that into account. Although I do know that some of these pros actually like the game. So, like, there's an in-between there. But that doesn't really matter to me, right? So I told them, is there a leaderboard only per match? He says, rewards per rank, more rewards. You can earn from 5 wins per day. Don't have limit to play to gain ELO. So I guess the AXP type of thing, like the ELO here, you can earn from 5 wins per day. So there's a cap on 5 wins per day to earn. So very nice. So yeah, he actually gave me a good insight here. A lot of times I talk to people here on Twitter, guys. That's why you guys should follow me on Twitter, because I like having conversations on Twitter a lot, more than Discord. Because sometimes Discord is like, if you guys see my Discord is crowded. Like, I have so much shit going on in Discord. Sometimes it's like mind blowing. And Twitter, I have a little bit more, I guess, a little more control of like who I can talk to. So if you guys ever reply to me on Twitter, I actually don't take I don't take offense to this shit, right? Like, some people, like, they think they're above the people that follow them and they don't reply to them. I like to reply to people. If it's an interesting conversation that we can have, like, I'll reply. Yeah, on juices. Yeah. Guys, oh, yeah, let me go back to, before we continue here, let me go back to that, because I said yesterday, juice. So I said yesterday that,
hello and welcome,
that we're testing new I can't even speak right now. What's it called? Content. We're testing new content with devices. I have bought 3 devices. I already uploaded 2 of them 9 days ago, 3 days ago. I'm about to upload new content for this. For this one, I'm about to upload new content for this, so like unboxing and stuff like that. And little by little, I you know, like I'm learning to you know, there's like an industry around devices. You know, so I really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe and whatever to the Juice News, and because we're bringing you like different content, and we really appreciate if you guys like at least watch, like, or comment or whatever. It really does help the algorithm. So, by the way, make sure you guys like this video too for the algo. Very, very important. If you guys want crypto games to be discovered, the best way is to like the videos. So, a lot of people have discovered crypto games just like searching on YouTube, all the shit, actually. Yeah, we're testing devices. The device world is the device world. We're not changing content. We're adding content. So the device world is pretty interesting. It always has been interesting to me. I'm putting, you know, right now I've been putting this out of my pocket. You know, and when you really think about it, you know, the reward ratio, like expense versus reward, it's not there yet. It's not there yet. But I truly believe in the unboxing and like device reviews and stuff like that. I believe in it. I think we can like make something happen here. So we really appreciate if you guys really support those devices, even if you guys don't watch the whole thing. Just kind of like it and whatever, so people can discover the videos. For example, I'll give you guys an example. Like, you guys know that I spent $1,500 on this device, and then I spent $650 on this one or something like that, and then another $600 on that one. That's literally $2,500 in devices, and those videos are not paying anything. Maybe in the future we do get sponsorships or whatever, but right now it's just like I'm spending money. We are spending money to find market fit in terms of our content and stuff like that. That's how it is. Some people sometimes don't see it like this. Like, they don't understand that there's an investment in content. Not only in time, but also in money. So yeah, whatever. We would really appreciate if you guys subscribe and like the videos and stuff like that. This is and for the people for the Juice Team keycard holders, if there's any of you guys here, any Juice Team keycard, this is very important because the Juice News is an extension. It's not the Juice Team, because the Juice Team is an organization, like a community content creation organization, but the Juice News as a separate entity, it is connected in some way to the Juice Team, right? So, you know, for our long-term survival of the organization, we will need your support. So this is obviously gonna help the Juice Team grow as well over the long term. And you know, I'm gonna be very open here. I'm looking here at 5 to 10 years or more. I'm not thinking about like the next day or tomorrow, or when are we gonna become famous or whatever. Like, oh my god, like the views suck. You know, some people get discouraged by this, but we don't. We don't get discouraged by any of this. Oh, 45 views, that's okay. 150 views, that's okay. You know, some videos blow up. You know, 300 views, okay, boom, it's fine. We're okay with it. Some videos blow up. Like, look, this Nyan Heroes video that Dub Club did, 5,600 views, boom. You know, some videos do well, some videos don't do that well. We don't get discouraged. We keep going. We keep working at it. But we are looking at a 5 to 10 years growth, and we're not worried about whether tomorrow we're recognized, do people know us, or anything like that. This is a small, little by little increment in growth. Literally 6 months ago we had 500 subscribers, and now we're 1,140 subscribers. You know, it's a small growth, little by little, consistency. And yeah, that's it. So I really appreciate if you guys subscribe. Anyways, we gotta keep farming here. What's up? 911. What's up, bro? I rather prefer Lenovo Legion. I'll take a look at that one too. I seen that one around actually. I might buy it. I might buy the next one I'm gonna buy is a Steam Deck because it's the most famous or whatever. The next one I buy is a Steam Deck. I'm probably gonna buy it like next month, and then Lenovo. Maybe I'll buy Lenovo too. I'm gonna focus on gaming devices and phones, right? Gaming devices and phone, but it has to be hyper. It's hyper focused on devices and phones. Justin Moore, you got this, bro. You're gonna be big. Don't change up. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you? I'm new to play to earn crypto, so can you tell me about this game and how much can you average earn? By the way, love your streams. Thank you, Legacy. Sorry, I don't know if you're still here. Sorry for the late response. The daily earning, it really depends on a lot of things, on your levels and all of that stuff. Like for an example, I don't grind as hard as other people. I do have NFT lands and I have a few assets. My levels are not bad, but for example, I made like 30 pixels in the last 3 days. That's like $15 in 3 days, but that doesn't mean it's gonna always be like that. You know, there might be times where you don't earn anything. Some days you might not earn anything, and also there's a lot of fluctuation. Because the developer is always changing stuff, and there's a reason why he does that, so that people don't get used to the same rewards all the time, and it's not predictable, and people don't exploit the game. That's part of it, and the other part is that he's trying to find the sweet spot for the game. What are the right rewards for the right people, for the right levels, for the amount of engagement that people have in the game. Like all of these things matter, and I think over time, like he's trying to figure that out. So you might start today and might be earning a little bit, and then tomorrow you might not earn anything, or in a week you might not earn anything, and then you come back and then you're earning a bunch of tokens. Like it really fluctuates, so it's very hard for me to tell you like, oh, this is a set amount that you get a month or whatever. But if you really want to understand how it works, you can go to this video right here. I think it's earn. I'm not sure. Is it earn? There's two. There's coins. There's two ways to earn here. So yeah, how to earn pixels and then watch that video, and then there's another one. Which is like how to earn an exchange coin for USD or pixels. So there's two earning videos there, and this should give you a good understanding of how the game works, or like a basic understanding. When juices premium picks, yeah. A lot of those things are in the pipeline, like you know. We are actually working on a new website. It's gonna look much better. It might take a few weeks to be done. We're also gonna experiment with a little bit with some membership on the Juice News. By the way, so if you guys wanna like sign up, these memberships are probably gonna give you like access to different things. Similar to the Juice Team keycard, but obviously the Juice Team keycard is definitely going to be, this is more like a subscription model. It's gonna be very cheap. We're not gonna charge a lot. We're just testing, and we would really love your support there, like as well, because we have to become a cash generating news site, although we kind of are from time to time, but like like consistently, and yeah, it'll have perks. We'll have perks and stuff. We're working on that, so like, and then in terms of content, like you said, like premium picks or whatever, or top picks or editor picks, this is something like over time we will add to the site. A lot of these things really depends on people that know what the fuck is going on in crypto. Not a lot of people. You would think like a lot of people know about crypto gaming, but not a lot of people know about this. Like, we're a small group. A lot of people are building their own stuff. A lot of people are building their own channel or whatever. there's not like, it's very hard to find like for example, like writers that really know what they're doing, and really understand crypto to the core. Because for you to understand crypto to the core, I mean, you really have to be just another Kagi, another Grusher, another Dragon Bask, right? Another Dub Club. Like we spend here 10 hours a day, right? Whether we spend it actively or not, like during the day, we're looking at Twitter, we're looking at Discord, we know what's going on, right? We know the different types of games. So to find people like that are willing to, to grow in a small company, right? It's hard. And that really want to be part of this, because at the end of the day, everybody that is part of the Juice team and the Juice News, both, everybody that is part of this is not even is doing it because they see a future here, right? They see a vision. There's a vision to this, right? We have a vision of what we want to achieve, and some people want to be part of it, and that's really what I want. People that want to be part of it, And sometimes there's like costs associated with trying to make this happen, like like the phones or whatever that I was talking about. That some people don't understand. Some people might think that I might be cheap, right? Like, oh my God, he doesn't want to pay me or this. It's not that. It's that we're a startup. And I'm not even paying myself, We're just putting fucking work, with the dream of making this shit happen, So it's hard to find that combination. So going back to the editor pick, to the premium picks inside the Juices, I can do it. If I stop streaming, if I stop doing everything I do, I can literally just focus on the Juices if I wanted to. And I could do it myself. I could like, but that's not, that's also not good, It's just grind. We just gotta grind, and little by little we keep expanding the team, keep adding people that really want to work with us, and that's it. And we're not gonna launch a token anytime soon anyway, probably not this bull market or anything. We really want to achieve a few things before we even think about a token. A lot of this other like sites or whatever that might be in crypto gaming, they're launching a token, but they don't really have a product that generates income necessarily. They're not cash positive. They're not in green. They're just spending money. So they're launching a token, and that's fine. Look, I don't have anything, but I don't want to do that. That's not something I want to handle, like a token or whatever. I want to focus on the product. I want to focus on bringing content. After we're like a cash generating business that is sustainable for a long period of time, because I already know we're a cash generating business, but can we do this for the next 5 years? I think we can. I think we can sustain ourselves for the next 5-10 years. And then I think about like, okay, now it makes sense to launch a token, Yeah, a lot of Fugazi around here. And I just don't want to be, I don't want to do that. Because everybody's going to be happy, like, oh, you launched a token during the bull market, everybody's happy. What about the bear market? Have people even thought about this? Like a lot of these platforms in a bear market, their token is going to go to fucking zero. Right? Imagine having a great platform. Imagine we build a great platform like the Juice team and the Juice News or whatever, and we launch a token. And then the token is fucking zero. Or not zero, but close to zero. Because, the bull market is gone. Then all people are going to think about is like, oh, your token is down 90%. Your token is down. And it's like, well, what about our content? Do you care about the content, or you just care about the token? And most likely, most of the time, it's just going to be about the token. So. Let's talk more grinding. Sure. Okay, I'm on my way, sir. I'm literally grinding, bro. Check it. Bam. Beam. Boom. No! Bam. Easy grind. And a shrapnel. Boom. Okay, I need mines, right? All right, Coker. Bye-bye. When chooses ambassador program? No, we actually want to implement something around that. Actually, now that you talk about that. The thing is... Okay. When we talk about Juice's ambassador program, it's more like writers, right? If you want to contribute to the Juice's site as a writer, as an independent writer, not working for us, like we want to open up for that, right? We want to open up for that. You come in, you know, you have an article, you submit it. You're like, okay, you submit the article to us. We approve or disapprove. If we approve, you get paid for it. Like that's the extent of the ambassador program that we want to do, right? But one of the reasons I haven't actually talked about this like openly is because every time I talk about open positions or open things in crypto, bro, the amount of people that tell me they know what they're doing just to get a job, it's fucking ridiculous. It's insane. And that's why it has to come from within the community little by little. That's why I do things slowly. If I tell people right now, I'm looking for a writer, I'm looking for a YouTuber, and I might do it, but like, you know, just to see what's out there. But I'm looking for a YouTuber, I'm looking for a content creator, I'm looking for this. And bro, the amount of people that hit me up, they're like, oh yeah, I know how to write, here's my article. Bro, they never reading in their fucking life, and they're just winging it. And it's like, oh man, what a waste of time, you know? Like the lack of honesty, you know? Like I would never do that. like I would never fucking do that, you know? Like, oh, I know how to write. It's like, oh, okay, sure. Oh, thank you for the support level 1. I appreciate it. All right, maybe I should cook. Wow, this is crafting, right? That's what I should be doing. I should probably increase my cooking skills. Let's see what I got here that we can use. I don't think I have anything to cook. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't have anything to cook. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe in the doggy. Yeah, Doge. On the Doge. We do have in the Doge. Boom. Alright, let's cook. Lying in interviews 101. No, I've never lied. I never lied. No, I never lied in my interviews. In my job interviews, no. No, I was just honest. Sometimes honesty is just better. A good employer will I promise you that will, like a good one. I'm not talking about some fucking whack employer. Like somebody that knows how to like hire people. They'll see through you if you're lying. You know, they might choose you just because they need somebody or whatever, but they'll see through you. They'll see through you 100%. Maybe somebody that doesn't really know how to hire, maybe. But an employer will see through you. So it's just better to be honest. Like, oh, how long you worked in this place? What you can do is extend a little bit the amount of time that you work somewhere. I've done that, but not like the actual job itself, right? So in my resume, oh, I worked in this place from this time to this time. Maybe it was 2.5 years, and I put 3 years. You know, just make it more juicy, right? But the actual work itself and what I can do and my skills, no, I never lied on that. No, it really be like that. It really be like that. People are like, oh yeah, I wrote articles for this or that, you know? Like, what? Who the fuck are they? No, no, yeah. I mean, you can definitely like add things that you know you're capable of doing and you've never done, right? Like when you put on skills on your resume, like skills, like the list of skills, like yeah, you can add stuff. Like for example, I know how to use a lot of editing programs. So one thing I did when I was like, applying to be an editor in different places before I got the MTV job. I used to work at MTV, by the way, for the people that don't know. One thing I did do, I put more programs than I actually knew how to use, but it's the same concept. You know, it's not. It's like a lie. It's like such a white lie. It's the same concept. It's like, oh, I know how to use Adobe, but I also know how to use this one. It's the same shit. You know, it's just a different layout or whatever. And you know, but like foundationally, it doesn't matter. If you know the foundation, you're good. You can pick up any program, you know. So it's like whatever. No, yeah. You know, if you straight up lie, like I did this job from this time to this time and you never worked there, that's fucking crazy, man. Like I would never do that. Like I said, like extending the time, you know, saying that you know how to use other programs or other skills that are very similar to what you already know. Like let's say you're a farmer. You're like, oh, I know how to use the John Deere tractor. But I also know how to use the Caterpillar tractor or the other fucking tractor, whatever the name is for the other tractors and other brands. Maybe you never fucking driven another brand of vehicle, of tractor. But it doesn't really matter. It's like the same concept. Like if you know how to use a tractor for farming, you'll pick up on the other shit right away. So like that's not really a big deal. Or like, you know, you're like a valet parking. Or like, have you ever driven luxury cars? You're like, well, yeah, okay. What kind of luxury cars have you driven? You know, maybe you haven't done a fucking McLaren or a Ferrari, but you've done Lamborghinis. Maybe you've done Rolls Royce. Maybe you've done fucking Mercedes and all this stuff, right? And if you say, yeah, I've done a McLaren or whatever, it's like, whatever, man. You know, it's in the same kind of realm. It's like, if you're a valet parking, you know, you should understand that you're not, you got to be very careful. You can't crash these cars. You got to take care of these cars. And they're very expensive. And, you know, it's, these are high valuable people that, you know, that, yeah, like whatever. You know what I mean? That's the kind of extent of the lies that I've done. Right? That's it. Yeah, that is lying. I'm not saying it's not. Just saying it's not like a crazy fucking lie. Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of the jobs happen like that for sure. You know, friends of friends or whatever. Let me actually play this, by the way, guys.
Right after we release chapter 2.
Like, yo, let me in or whatever.
But it's gonna take a few months to get that
Like
live.
Context.
But that'll be like more interesting end game that we finally need, and we're super excited about that. So yeah, what landing are you on right now?
That's actually what happens in a lot of corporations. Actually, when I used to work for MTV, my bosses, like the VPs and all this shit, right? These motherfuckers, they were all friends. They all hired each other, you know, in different like good positions, great positions. And a lot of these people didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Or they had a certain type of knowledge, but it wasn't a crazy knowledge, right? It wasn't necessarily crazy for their position. And sometimes you would, you know, they would do things. You're like, why are they doing this? And it's because sometimes they didn't know shit, actually. Bottom line. And they were in these crazy positions that basically were, very important. And yeah, it's kind of weird.
So this is 177. This one has been set up a little differently. Obviously, it's got tons of soils, and technically, we could put it across the entire land. Let's see if I have some seeds here. I do. So the tier 1 are the kind of like blank looking ones. So I can plant some pops in here.
Yeah, have too many tier 4 soils. The tier 4 soils are not the easiest to get. It takes a bit of time to progress through there. So what's going to be interesting is when we first release this update, it's going to be kind of a race to get like on the NFT lands, all the best stuff, right? It's going to be like a big selling point of your land and your guild as well too, right? So the people that progress quicker are probably going to have the biggest upside and the biggest rewards when it comes to like all the incentive structures that we're getting. So yeah, it's like one reason why it's actually kind of important for you guys who are active players in the game to follow these AMAs, because you're going to know the stuff you're going to have to like work towards quickly. People who aren't really following this, you have a kind of step ahead of them.
Yeah, so you can see I was just watering like everyone's planted seeds. So there is some fun gameplay there. If you feel like helping out a buddy, you can come over here and just water for them. But yeah, so you can see it's a really fun multiplayer. Like I can see guilds working together on this. It'll be really fun to see. Also, like just like scheduling, like you guys been scheduling like crazy already. So yeah, so this is an example of a land that has like more of a focus on farming, and I can imagine lands that are literally like 100% covered in this. But yeah.
We bookmarked a couple, or at least I did. So here I can show you guys what like some of the other specializations look like. For example, the high tier trees are like quite hard to get to. And what I expect us to see is I expect us to see some people that just focus on one thing. It's funny because we had this early in the game too. Like I remember some girl playing, she called herself Tree, and she was like,
oh yeah,
I kept
I haven't seen it for a while.
yeah, and like that kind of gameplay is actually going to make a lot of sense in chapter 2 when like the gameplay just kind of has to shift towards that. So here, I'm going to share this screen
Wait,
here.
hold on. Let's go to what was it, 157? Is that the one that had
1014. Here, I'm sharing my screen now. So here's a land that somebody just like went super hard on trees with, and there's so many trees here, right? And it looks like a lot.
There's something I didn't understand about new lands or didn't like at all. Lands without trees now will be able to have trees. That's a good question actually. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can plant trees. I guess the properties of having a tree now should be adapted to. No, wait. May No, wait, maybe they're permanent and they regrow? No, but if they're permanent and they regrow and you never have to buy that set of trees, then that's fine. Because at the end of the day, you need to buy trees, cut them down, and replant them again, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but they still have to buy and spend like coins, so that it's a good sinking mechanic, I guess, for coins. If the trees that we have in our properties are better, or they just regrow and we never have to buy them again, I mean, there's a value there, I guess. No? No, you can upgrade the trees that you plant. I think you gotta craft the trees that you plant. Craft better tiers. Yeah, that's a good question, but it's still a good question. Let me see. Let's keep listening to this.
Yeah, but when you have a bunch of people that want these trees, you know how it goes now already with chapter 1, right? Trees are like still pretty competitive, but there's a lot more here to share between all the people who might be using this land as well, right? And this took this person a long time to get these, is what I can say as well. So this is kind of more end game when it comes to the NFT land. And yeah, I think they also did something similar with soil on the farm next over. So yeah, it's interesting because like you only have so many things that you can focus on once as a player, right? Like it's going to be hard to upgrade your soil, get all these mines, get all the trees all at once. Like you probably won't be able to. So you know that's why you make friends, right? Oh no, this one's empty.
Farms land. Wasn't it one? Hold on.
Wait, who are these people?
Well, yeah,
Are people actually playing? Like chapter 2? Like who's playing? Because they're talking about like, oh, these people did this. Like who are they? Are these like team members or what?
here's an example of one that I built out also. Oh, it's one of my lands. 157. Yeah, 157 is all mines.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see the difference, right? Like there's people that will care about trees, there's people that will care about only having high tiered mines. And then like my land, I wanted a range of everything and also for it to just look pretty. So there's lots of different
Okay.
ways that people will be playing. I'm actually so excited to see how that all forms and transforms and whatnot.
Yeah, the other thing that you're going to notice too is the way that these mines work is a bit different than before as well, where there's more effort sometimes to get the actual resource from it too. So if you notice, like sometimes when I use a mine, it fails. The higher tier picks that you guys have, the less failures that you're going to have as well too. So it's less energy usage when you're trying to get resources from these mines. Yeah, here we go. Now I have a couple that are in progress and going. So it's like a 3-minute cooldown. And I think that's a lot of the gameplay that we're moving towards too, where it's a little bit less waiting when you go to play the game in chapter 2. And that's kind of intentional because you're sharing a lot of the resources, right? So rather than making you guys wait a day to come back for some of the crops, it's like, okay, if you're in the game and you're playing actively, you'll probably get most of the resources that you want in that day. And the limiters, yeah. Yeah, and let's see. I think there was one other land maybe that we could show too. Oh, I mean, this is Nellie's. This is different, but yeah.
This is set up, is it? Fully? Yeah, okay. She has some
That's set up. Yeah, she developed it in like kind of a different way too, where she's like focused on all this other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other farm that you want to go and check out or show people or
I think we're good, but we've got like 15 minutes left and we've gone 0 questions. So why don't we dive into some questions here and then we can like continue to like show gameplay in relation
What's your
to your different.
what's your thing again? 49.35. Do I even have that bookmarked? I don't know. Gotta check if the other one. Okay. Zoom more.
Kinds of questions. So, okay. Let's see if there's any chapter 2 related questions first, and then we can obviously talk about everything else.
Hello, virgin scammer. What is wrong with you?
This question, obviously, this person's trying to be a little snarky. Chapter 2 coming April 8th. Okay, so I've addressed this a few times. When we said the April 8th date, it's because we were thinking about releasing things in small chunks, which we obviously will still continue to do. But as you can see, chapter 2 is going to be like a major gameplay change, like coming all at once.
Let me get more coffee real quick.
Instead of releasing like one tiny thing on April 8th and then one tiny thing 2 weeks later, we decided to kind of clump a lot of it all together into one big release, which is why this April 8th date has obviously been pushed back a lot. And yeah, we've been pretty transparent about that.
Yeah. So also just like complete transparency too, there were some certain areas in the company where we're trying to just basically get the right people in the right places. We're hiring more, all this kind of stuff too. So there was like a bit of, yeah, just like scaling issues internally that we're addressing as well too. And that's just like part of the natural process of like, you know, building something that gets more traction, right? I mean, so one, I want to call out and like give some compliments to the devs. We're hitting really serious numbers of concurrent users and daily active users. Again, like some of it's bot activity. We're not shy about talking about this because this is one of the most important issues when it comes to building any sustainable game economy. And it's like a lot of the stuff that we're doing here is trying to address this. But also, like in terms of tech and infrastructure, there's a lot of work that we have to do to make that actually still feasible. There is a big difference between building a game that supports 10,000 DAU versus a million, regardless of where that traffic is coming from. And yeah, we're finally kind of like past some of the scaling issues when it comes to infrastructure, all this other kind of stuff too. Now we're kind of addressing some of this stuff. So yeah, as you scale up, basically things just start to break, and some of these processes broke down too. Like we're not shy about this kind of stuff. Like yeah, we're building this with you guys, right? And we don't want to hide anything from you. We're not trying to like trick anybody here. Yeah, we just want to be like completely open to you guys about this because yeah, what we really do appreciate about all of you guys is you guys are active players that really care about the game, and that is something that we don't take for granted. Yeah, it's the biggest advantage of Pixels, right? You guys are so insanely passionate, and it's a double-edged sword sometimes, right? If we miss some things, then we hear it, but also we hear it, and we want to make it better for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Some other questions here. Can we steal crops? So I already addressed this, but let me just be clear. So I cannot steal crops that are ready to harvest. They're still ripe. They're ready to go. I cannot steal those. But once they're dead, I can steal those seeds. So if it leaves their crops there and just like doesn't come back for them, once they're dead, you can steal them. Okay.
Here's a good question. So since levels are needed to upgrade tools and industries, is it possible just to give high level tools to lower skill players and be able to find high tier resources? No, so you need certain skill levels to actually use these tools too. So if you're not high enough skill level, then you can't use the tools. So, I mean, if you're an early stage player, you're going to have to like level up and get through the game a bit further to actually get these resources as well.
Left us for a week, no contact. Okay, dude.
Okay, so will there be permissions for accessing specs? So from what I understand, other people can't use the industries on your specs, just for like bot prevention, but let me double check with that.
Not yet. So how I kind of think that we're addressing this is we're starting with permissioning on land. And then at a certain point, right, land is going to get a little too scarce. And that's when we might start bringing in spec permissions too. So I know there's a few guilds that are oriented just around specs. And that will probably be like the second stage of gameplay that we address as we start to scale that further. Because it probably does make sense to like share built out specs if you get them.
Actually, this is really good. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I'm actually going to let me put that in the notes. Spec guild permission. Good question.
You're going to have to like level up and get through the game a bit further to actually get these resources as well.
Yeah. Okay, so will there be permissions for accessing specs? So from what I understand, other people can't use the industries on your specs, just for like bot prevention, but let me double check with that.
Not yet. So how I kind of think that we're addressing this is we're starting with permissioning on land. And then at a certain point, right, land is going to get
when does Hades show her weed growing operation?
And that's when we might start bringing in spec permissions too.
What?
So I know there's a few guilds that are oriented just
he
around
actually
specs,
grows weed?
And that will probably be like the second stage of gameplay that we address as we start to scale that further. Because it probably does make sense to
she a
like
fucking drug dealer?
Built out specs if you get them like pretty far progressed, but still you won't get access to the tier 3 and tier 4 resources that way, but it's a good starting point too, and those resources are still important. And yeah, we'll start to address what that looks like too, but we have to focus on this first core loop.
Yeah, okay, so great question. What about cooking and grills and like other special industries, like if we're talking like apiaries, the sluggery, textiles and whatnot? So in these AMAs, we really want to focus on like the changes that are coming in the first release, which is the tiering system of what we're calling kind of like the main core loops, which would be, the cooking, the metalworking, all of those ones, which is what we've been highlighting here. We haven't talked about textiling, apiaries, and sluggery and all of that because they're initially not going to change. And how they change in the future, I'm not really sure. I would say I'm not going to say never kind of thing. We have no plans to change some of them. Some of the other ones we might implement a different tiering system, but it'll come
Signing out for
in
now.
a
See you all
while.
tomorrow.
So that's
Have a great stream. Thank you, Eric Husman. Thank you for hanging out as always, man. I appreciate that very, very much. Much love. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow in Ivan on Text live stream. At least after, because I wake up after and I watch it, and then Ivan on Tech is always like, we have Eric Husman doing the timestamps as always. So I might see you there.
why we haven't talked about them, because they will not be changing initially.
Yeah.
No, in the game she has a single has a inside grow setup. Oh wait, what? That was for real.
Here's a good question. So bots dominate single-use industries. This is bot heaven, actually. So this is why we're introducing the guild permissioning, right? So NFT land, it's scarce, right? There's only so many NFT lands around. Now, if a bot comes onto an NFT land, what it's actually doing, because all these industries are single use, is it's taking resources away from you. And you have an incentive, therefore, as like a guild manager or like a landowner, to not let that happen, right? Because if a bot is taking away your industries, then they probably shouldn't. So that's why we've introduced permissioning inside of the guilds, and we're introducing more fine-tuned permissioning as well, where, yeah, it basically is like, it's almost zero sum in a way for these end tier resources. And the idea is,
unless your whole guild is a botted guild, but then you get banned, and yeah. If you get caught, you get banned.
one, this introduces more like community oriented cyber prevention, if that makes sense. Basically, you almost have to whitelist the best users inside of your own land if you actually want to be able to use your own land, right? So yeah, if you leave your land public, it might get botted by bots who get further through the game. But also, there's a lot more progression that needs to happen for these bots, and there's more in-depth gameplay where it gives us more time to catch them as well. So it's kind of like what we talk about when we talk about cyber and bot prevention is there's multiple layers, right? There's the prevention side at the very beginning, so that would be things like the fingerprinting stuff that we've been doing, the retroactive bans, the blocks. Then there's also like potentially other options when it comes to KYC. Putting the paywall like VIP in front of it helps as well too. And then there's also the reputation system, which we're going to start to build out and like fine tune even better. We haven't put as many resources into the reputation side as we would like, but that's kind of what we're hiring for right now. When I say that we're splitting the team into 3 teams, again, it's going to be live ops, it's going to be core game systems, and then it's going to be data analytics and incentive design. And that's what that team will probably focus on at the very beginning, essentially building out a better and more smart reputation system than what we have right now. The reputation system early on was working kind of well, but there's some adjustments that we need there. So essentially, we have more data that we can look at now to fine tune what the reputation system looks like. That'll help some of the stuff. The idea is basically we want to make it as easy.
Why is it stopping?
As possible for real players to get through the reputation system and harder for bots. So there's like some certain things that we can look at there with that. But obviously it's not perfect too, because bots can modify their behavior as well. But yeah, it's all part of the process, right? So also part of what we're thinking about a lot lately is the shifting of rewards to better reward people who get further through the game, and also incentivizing like other things too. So when I think about incentive design and reward design, like you have to think about what metrics that you're trying to optimize for. And right now we've been focused on DAU, right? Like we focus on basically getting as many users as possible inside of the game, and that's good. We'll still keep some of the broader and more spread out rewards, but also creating rewards that lead to further progression inside of the game, and concentrating more of the rewards on the end progression also does some really interesting stuff when it comes to that as well. It maybe shifts the focus away from like DAU and focuses it more towards real dedicated users, which is a shift, right? It's a different balance when we think about like the stuff that we're focused on. But we think it's the better one in the long run too, because we think it's going to lead to players who like the game more, who actually might want to be using the pixel token. And when we think about the North Stars, right? we're shifting what our main focus is from just increasing DAU to increasing pixel spend in the long run as well. So that means that, like, really what we need to figure out is how do we give people pixel to the people who actually want to be using pixel, right? And then there's some other tiny things we'll start working on too. Like, one thing that I want to start experimenting with is when we talk about incentive pools and reward pools. Like, I think it actually makes sense to start introducing some kind of staking element inside of the game for more pixel rewards too. That will be after chapter 2. Basically, like, core focus from the team right now is getting chapter 2 out because it's been too long. We got to get it out. Like, I have all hands on deck for this right now. Then we can start to shift some of the other focuses to this side of things as well too.
Okay. All right, some other questions. So how does tree density work with NFTs? So basically, like we've been showing you some lands that have been really built out, but it's going to take a long time to get these places looking like that. So NFTs with existing trees, especially like the high density ones, are going to have a major leg up because they will automatically already have all of the tiers of trees.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Duckler, this is it. This is your question.
Like, one thing that I want to start experimenting with is when we talk about incentive pools and reward pools. Like, I think it actually makes sense.
It's not true anymore. Wait, what? This was yesterday though. 1 day ago. How?
Using some kind of staking element inside of the game for more pixel rewards too. That will be after chapter 2. Basically, like, core focus from the team right now is getting chapter 2 out because it's been too long.
Okay. All right, some other questions. So how does tree density work with NFTs? So basically, like we've been showing you some lands that have been really built out, but it's going to take a long time to get these places looking like that. So NFTs with existing trees, especially like the high density ones, are going to have a major leg up because they will automatically already have all of the tiers of trees.
But it says all of the tiers of trees. How are people against this? I don't get it.
So what is it? Light density will have fewer, obviously. None will have none. And then what's the word? High density? What's the word? I'm blanking. Obviously they'll have a lot. So you'll already have those higher tier trees. So you're gonna like have a
Exactly. But I don't get it. But not really though. It says that land is the other way around. I don't get it. You're confusing me. What I'm hearing here is that lands that have light and high density will have all of the tiers automatically. How is that a bad thing? How is that a scam? You mean maybe like long term? Maybe at the beginning there is a value. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I agree. No, for sure. There has to be a tier that has to be unlocked by density or something like that. Let like tier 1 to tier 3 or 4 be like really like for everybody, and then tier 5 only for people that have trees in their stuff. No, I agree. I would say like end game tiers of trees only for people that have only for people that have trees. I agree. I don't disagree. I was just saying like it's still not a bad thing what they're saying here. It is a bad thing in the long term, right? Like it's a bad thing in the long term. At the beginning, if you have all the tiers right away in your trees, I mean you kind of have like an advantage at the beginning. But then like in a few weeks, like everybody can plant whatever. So yeah, that makes sense. Is Pixels that like Barry? Can you guys shut up with useless questions?
A major leg up. Okay. Other questions in here.
Yeah, there are now so here, I'm gonna address this. There are more advanced cheats coming out inside of the game, is what we can say. We are aware of them. I don't want to talk too much about it, but we generally know. So again, if you see a game client or an extension or something like that that feels unfair, do not use it, because that's going to get your account banned. Like again, our focus and priority is on protecting real and loyal users. We're also starting to introduce more tooling in the next month as well too. We're like trialing and demoing with some other people about some interesting stuff. So again, the cheating thing, it's like there's a few methods of attack to it, and it's a holistic approach, right? It's not just one thing that's going to stop everything. There's the detection side, there's the prevention side, there's also shifting the rewards to make it so that cheating doesn't benefit you either. And it's like part game design too. So chapter 2, it's the base. We're introducing more stuff afterwards. But yeah, it's part of it. Here, I saw another one too. It's a replay of the last AMA. They're repeating the same things over and over. When release date, please. What I can say is like now I feel actually a much higher level of confidence that we'll get this out in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Don't hold me to that too hard. Like we're not going to release it if it feels really bad, but it's at a point now where I think we can start getting some of the farm hands and maybe some other people afterwards into the game to start play testing as well. So now that we're kind of shifting from like, okay, is chapter 2 functional and working? What we want to make sure is we have a feel of like fairness. So there are a couple questions about skill level reset in chapter 2, all this kind of stuff. So skill levels will not reset. The resources that you have, we might do a conversion from old resources into some of these new ones. That's what we're going to start to get feedback from our most active players on.
Wait, I see a scam coming. Wait a second. What kind of scam is this? I hear a scam coming.
First, so we have the farmhand role, right? We're going to start to bring them in for play testing, and we're going to get their feedback before we do anything crazy when it comes to.
All right, let me see.
Basically like how do we translate the progress from chapter 2 into chapter 1. So we'll get direct player feedback on that, and we'll make sure that feels good, respected, and fair. Basically what I can say is if you've put work, if you've gathered resources from chapter 1, we are going to respect that as best as we can. I don't want 100,000 angry players in my Twitter comments being like, how did you screw me over like that? We're not going to have that situation basically. So we're going to make sure like that's kind of going to be the next 2 or 3 weeks, basically like working with all of our like most active players, getting them inside of the game, making sure that we have like a very good.
No, lo que pasa es que hay una conversión. Luke dice que él va a convertir algunos recursos a unos recursos nuevos. Entonces, la pregunta es, obviamente hay que esperar, pero si los recursos nuevos son más fáciles de obtener que los recursos que Luke está intercambiando, entonces como que tiene que ser al 1 por 1, es lo que te quiero decir. ¿Me entiendes? O sea, no puede ser que un recurso que te toma muchísimo tiempo ahora mismo conseguir, te lo cambien por uno nuevo que sea fácil de conseguir. O más fácil de conseguir. En términos de tiempo, ¿me entiendes lo que te digo? Como que no sé, como que como no sabemos lo que es. Entonces puede haber un intercambio ahí que no tiene sentido.
Good community idea of the changes that we're making and how they feel about it. So it's not just in this AMA, but it's actually getting direct feedback from these people so that we understand the changes that we're making here so that it's all respected. So yeah, what I can say is like looking like 3 to 4 weeks. Finally, we're almost there.
Check how butterberry is being harvested in the higher tier plots. How do I check that? Is there like a place where they did that?
Like, honestly, I think if we really, really wanted to, we could probably release this next week now, but I think it's probably better that we get player feel first. So we don't make mistakes when it comes to actually releasing this, and we get the feedback from like actual players of the game first too. So one thing that we're working on right now is actually we're going to import all the production data, like all the live game data, into our like test environments and bring people into our test environments. They actually get their real in-game data inside of the game, so they can test all that. They can feel like, okay, what does it actually look like now that I'm a new player in chapter 2? And with all my old items, with all my skill levels, like how do I play the game now?
Okay. Okay, let's go to some other random questions that we got here. So when you guys bring in more NFT collections as avatars, we're constantly working with projects. We get, as you imagine, we get inundated with requests. So we're continuously rolling them out. We just had a couple release, I think last week and the week before. Will chapter 2 include new tutorials for new players? So we're actually, okay, so our player base is huge, right? Like we've got a lot of people playing every day. So the focus of this release is really for our existing player base. However, we have been revamping our onboarding to make it more new user friendly. So I'm not going to say that there are a whole bunch of new quests. It's more like a holistically revamped onboarding that should make things
Basically, more content that you guys get access to that you guys can just like make videos about. It's like more fun gameplay. What I want to start focusing on too is more like single player story content and narrative, all this kind of stuff. So that's what that team will kind of just like full time do basically. So yeah, we've been kind of content starved, but that's one of the most that's like the most fun part of these games, I think. So starting to finally get some narrative, starting to get some like single player content too, and some more actionable steps to progress through the game as well. Like, I grew up playing RuneScape, right? And one of the like
Oh no, but that's a different tier butterberry. Yeah. I see what you're saying. That's definitely a different tier butterberry. I don't think this is like
the like biggest flexes that you get when you go through RuneScape is doing some of the harder fun gameplay. What I want to start focusing on too is more like single player story content and narrative. So starting to finally get some narrative, starting to get some like single player content too, and some more actionable steps to progress through the game as well. Like, I grew up playing RuneScape.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Tier 1, tier 2. Oh, it like needs tier 4 soil. Got it. No. The question is, at what point did they do this? Okay. You're right.
Team will focus on basically more content that you guys get access to that you guys can just
I see. Actually, take that into account real quick. Yeah, it might be bait, but I mean, why would they bait like that? I almost feel like I need to watch this whole thing again, by the way, guys. I'm not gonna watch it now, but you know. If I make a video, I kinda wanna like really get it down, understand every single detail about this. But yeah. Yeah, you're right. I just don't see why it would be bait though. You know what I mean? Like maybe it is, but let's see.
So starting to finally get.
Well, we can tell by the type of scissors that they're using. You know, you can't, you probably can't get the tier. Like they actually cut it down here, so.
2 is more like single player story content and narrative. These games, I think, stuff. So that's what that team will kind of just like full time do, basically.
Oh,
So
we can't actually see. But it does look like wait, let me take this out. It does look like a new soil there. So like it's a different color soil. So definitely like nah, this is like in-game mechanics going on right now. Like at that moment. So this soil does not look the same as tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1. So it's definitely being planted in tier 4 soil. But the question is, in tier 4 soil, you can plant tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So yeah, you might be right in the bait. No, but you might be right in the bait though. Because even if the resource is a tier 1 resource, or like tier 1 soil, you know, compatible, it's forward compatible. So, you know, like it's definitely forward compatible, right? So if you have tier 4, I mean, you're planning tier 1 resources, I mean, like seeds, then yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, the scissors are backwards compatible. Yeah, but the scissors are backward compatible. And the soils are forward compatible. Or backwards compatible too. So yeah, I mean, this can be bait, honestly. To be honest. I just find it very strange to make butterberry, and I find it very strange that any of these resources that we've been farming for you know, basically in tier 1 are now become like tier 3, tier 4. Like I just feel like everything that we're farming right now should be basically tier 1. Period. Full stop. And then new seeds should fall into tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Yeah, but those are not the scissors being used though. Because that's another account. And that's another account farming. That's not actually.
Yeah, we've been kind of content.
This is Haiti. This is Haiti moving, and this is somebody else farming. That makes sense. But we're not actually looking at Luke here farming.
Stars, but that's one of the most kind of, that's like the most.
So we don't know what scissors they use there. Okay.
Most fun part of these games. I
finish there, man. See what's up. Anything valuable?
the same things over and over. When release date, please start to bring them in for play testing. We're going to get their feedback before we do anything crazy when it comes to basically like how do we translate the progress from chapter 2 into chapter 1. So we'll get direct player feedback on that, and we'll make sure that feels good, respected, and fair. Basically, what I can say is if you've put work, if you've gathered resources from chapter 1, we are going to respect that as best as we can. I don't want 100,000 angry players in my Twitter comments being like, how did you screw me over like that? We're not going to have that situation, basically. So we're going to make sure, like, that's kind of going to be the next 2 or 3 weeks, basically, like working with all of our like most active players, getting them inside of the game, making sure that we have like a very good community idea of the changes that we're making and how they feel about it. So it's not just in this AMA, but it's actually getting direct feedback from these people so that we understand the changes that we're making here so that it's all respected. So yeah, what I can say is like, it's looking like 3 to 4 weeks. Finally, we're almost there. Like honestly, I think if we really, really wanted to, we could probably release this next week now, but I think it's probably better that we get player feel first so we don't make mistakes when it comes to actually releasing this, and we get the feedback from like
no mistakes
players of the
no
game
mistakes.
So one thing that we're working on right now is actually we're going to import all the production data, like all the live game data, into our like test environments and bring people into our test environments. They actually get their real in-game data inside of the game, so they can test all of that. They can feel like, okay, what does it actually look like now that I'm a new player in chapter 2? And with all my old items, with all my skill levels, like how
Chapter 2.
do I play the game now?
Okay. Okay, let's go to some other random questions.
Let's speed this up. I don't know what's going on.
That we got here. So when you guys bring in more NFT collections as avatars, we're constantly working.
Okay, cool. How about that?
Than it did before. What we did was we brought on like really good design talent. If you again, I was bringing in a bunch of people from chapter 1, and like if you even are like a person who's not familiar with pixels, you come into it, it just doesn't make sense in a lot of areas, right? It's just we did what we could in the early stages, right? And that's part of growing and building a company and like building a thing where like sometimes in the early stages you gotta do what you gotta do to make things happen. Now we're in a spot where we're an industry.
Why does it stop, man?
Leader, which is amazing, but we actually have to act like it, and we have to actually build out stuff that makes sense to other people as well. And we know that we're very fortunate and lucky to be in this spot. We know that success is not guaranteed, right? Like that's something I've been iterating to the team the whole time. Pixels is not one by any means. We have not figured things out. We don't know what's going to work in Web3 for sure yet. Still, we have a decent idea. There's some things that we've been doing that have been working, but there's still a lot of stuff that we need to do if we actually want to build something that's going to last in the long run. Now, my own personal focus and goals is I could be doing a lot of other things in my life, right? Like I don't have to be working on pixels. I was
Yes,
very happy in my life
Cockringer, you're
before
late.
this. And if I'm working on something on my own personal like motivation side of this, like I want to build something that works. And I'm not here to like grip the space. I'm not here to build something that I don't have actual personal conviction in. So we're doing the work that we need to in order to actually build something that will, we think, last in the long run. And that does mean that we have to make some changes like this to actually make things, work and make sense.
Okay.
Next.
What happened to softwood and hardwood? Okay, so I actually addressed this on one of like I do AMAs often on my Instagram stories, and we talked about that there. And so trees are just completely changing, right? So there's
Haiti, that's bait. That's bait. Haiti is using the Pixels clout to be a vlogger. We gotta have a talk with Luke. You either a vlogger or a Pixels community manager or community growth or whatever. This is unacceptable. Resources being used for personal vlogs should be against company policy.
going to be different tiers of trees, as we've shown a few times here. So like you no longer get softwood and hardwood. You get like for tier 1 trees, you get, is it fir, I think. And then tier 2, you get cedar, and you need those specific types of wood to craft higher tier or lower tier, whatever it may be, items in the different crafting stations. So it's just like completely different, completely revamped.
Yeah, and there will be a conversion of makes sense.
Say it again.
What happened to softwood and hardwood? Okay, so I actually addressed this on one of like I do AMAs often on my Instagram stories, and we talked about that there.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding with the Haiti thing, guys. Relax.
And so trees are just completely changing, right? So there's going to be different tiers of trees, as we've shown a few times here.
Different tiers of trees, okay.
So like you no longer get softwood and hardwood. You get like for tier 1 trees, you get, is it fir, I think. And then tier 2, you get cedar, and you need those specific types of wood to craft higher tier or lower tier, whatever it may be, items in the different crafting stations. So it's just like completely different, completely revamped.
Yeah,
well, it's not that much different. Like, in theory, regular wood is tier 1. Listen, Siri, like, in theory, tier 1 is softwood. Tier 2 would be like hardwood or whatever. And it's not. I mean, it's whatever. It's not that much.
Version of basically items that you have now into these items, essentially.
Again, it's like we just want
to make things make sense. So there's like some weird things we have to do when it comes to conversion to like build out this space for the long run. But if you guys see chapter 2, it just looks a lot more like a game should. Like a lot of the things that just like were really weird and off when new players came in. If you're like familiar with playing any RPG or like any farm game, where early team we hadn't built a farm game before, right? Like this is something that we had just done for the first time. We came in with a ton of enthusiasm for Web3. We figured out some of the Web3 growth. Now we got to figure out and like actually build a game that works too. So yeah, there's some stuff there. So again, same thing with skill level. We're consolidating some of the skill levels. All the experience you put in will be respected, and we'll make sure with these players too. Why not just release it and fix the bugs along the way? We're gonna do that too. So again, at Pixels, we actually do release things much earlier than basically any other game studio. It's always been our approach. It's always been how we view things too. Like I come from a startup background. I don't come from a game background. That's been like actually a huge advantage when it comes to building Pixels, because game people are perfectionists a lot of the times. That's why even in Web3 gaming, you're seeing games not released as early as I think they should, especially because Web3 gaming is in such
Hello?
an early
Okay,
and,
cool. This part, we don't need. All right, we got the gist of it. I think we got some good info. Let's see. Let me pull up the nodes. So this is kind of like quick nodes. So it's, don't judge me too. Chapter 2 leagues, tier 1, spec, new login, new house, new soil. Okay, we got that. Metalwork, new industry. Tier 1, you can buy benches in Ministry Innovation. Tier 2 and above benches, you need to be crafted. You can buy tier 1 trees. The rest you have craft. Okay, spec upgrades. You can update the spec 6 times. First 3 upgrades you can get more space with coins. Last 3 upgrades you will need pixel. As you upgrade spec line, you get higher tier tasks, and it's capped at tier 2 tasks for specs. Okay, I have the video there. NFT line chapter 2, gem cutting, NFT homes, caves in homes. Yeah, I just gotta go through this again. Basically, I gotta go through this again so I can make a video that is like, like consolidate all of this. If you guys have any like things that I should add, let me know. Like, cause there's little things that I don't want to like be too specific about. It's kind of like an overview of what's happening, and of course I'm gonna use the AMAs, but it's just a way for me to. It's just a way for people to kind of like get the idea of the things that are coming. Not necessarily be like mega specific with every little detail, right? Like, oh my god, like you can only do this and whatever. Like it's like this is what's happening, right? So yeah. Add pixel staking mechanism. Yeah, but we don't really have anything on it. It's like that's something that Luke wants to like add, and he's been saying it forever. And I just feel like that's something that's coming later, right? Like, I don't think that's something that he's gonna release in the first thing. It's like, yeah, it's he's already talked about this, like pixel mechanics, staking to like upgrade stuff and whatever. But I'm not sure that's gonna be right away or anything like that. So, but that, let's see what else. Anything else? Let me know. Okay. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it right here. We do have this gameplay right here coming up. This gameplay is coming up right now in 2 hours. Around 2 hours, we're gonna be playing with the Kydro team. So make sure you guys tune in on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna give you this link so you guys can like this, and also just follow me on Twitter. It's gonna be right here. You're gonna click on this image once it's live, and you're gonna see us live. It's gonna look something similar to this. I'm kind of excited to see how this turns out. Right here is probably gonna look okay. This is pixels. Yeah, this is pixels. It's probably gonna look something like this. So yeah, probably gonna look like this, right? And we're just gonna be playing with the team and whatever. So yeah, I mean, it should be fun. It should be a fun one. Could be bread. Love the Kydro team. Yeah, the Kydro team is an interesting team. I like their approach. Let's see how everything turns out with Kydro, like long term in terms of like crypto and whatever. Because a lot of these things are like very like how do I say this? It's kind of like very standard in terms of like Web 2. like building an IP, you know, you got comics or whatever. It's not standard, but it's like it's been done before. Now the question is, can they deliver? Can they deliver on the crypto side of things? They have kind of delivered on the NFT side of things already, but you know, if a token comes in, and like, can they like actually make a token that is interesting long term, that you know that they can tweak, you know? Because remember, like Luke, for example, in terms of pixels, he comes from a like he comes from a economy background, right? Like I think he studied economy or whatever. That doesn't like, you know, mean much necessarily, but it does give him an advantage in some areas of you know, of economy, right? Like he has like a fundamental understanding of this. So, you know, on the other side, Kydro has more of a fundamental understanding of a game, of art, you know, like two different tool sets, I guess, right? Which is both needed. But let's see how they manage that. As far as the game, it looks awesome to me so far. Let's try it. See what's up. All right, guys, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys later on the stream. Much love. Yeah, running can help a lot in the economic side for sure. But at the end of the day, they still got to learn it their way. Like they got to experiment themselves, right? So like running has experience, it has data, but at the end of the day, they, you know, they have to go get it. They have to go do it. They have to go try it. And you know, running is not gonna hold their hand all the way or anything like that. So, but anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later today and tomorrow on same time, same pump. We're back. We stream tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. We're probably gonna stream on Sunday just because I was out for literally 1 week and a half. I kind of want to just kind of make up for it or something like that. So let's see. Bye bye. Have a good night. Have a good morning wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Oh, on Twitter, I'll see you in 2 hours. Bye bye.